a 50-cent transaction fee.
Transaction fee
for every wager.
All bets.
Yes.
Wow.
Every wager. So
think about the money that's going to produce.
50 cents.
My goodness.
So you may be saying, well, I do, 10 bets a weekend. Well, that's, $5.
That's going to be, is that going to be billions?
Yes.
That's
billions.
How
it works.
I mean, my God. People are kind of into this gambling thing. You just throw another quarter or 50 cents, they're still going to make their wagers. They're still going to take advantage of it being legal.
There's going to be a breaking point for everybody, and then you'll have competitors come in, right? And they'll try and undercut the established ones by offering low prices like we have now. Hey, 10-cent transaction fee.
Mm-hmm.
Come to Bob's gambling service.
Bob's betting house. Bob's betting basement. This is where we do it. Where are you just with domes in general? Because
you know how I am.
I know, but I fear the way of the future. I know the Buffalo Bills, they're building a glorious outdoor stadium, and they're sticking to that.
Makes me excited.
But whether it's the Browns, whether it's the Chicago Bears, whether it's Washington, right, the Commanders, and they're rendering for their new stadium at the RFK site, all of them, almost all of them, seem to be some type of dome.
Don't the Chiefs want to build a dome,
at least a retractable roof? Is that what they've been saying?
I think
you're probably right.
Want a dome.
The Chiefs have an option, I believe. They can sort of refurbish Arrowhead, or they can take another option, building a dome, I think, in
that's the
Kansas.
Thing. They are always discussing their stadium complex in Kansas City because of where they are located.
Yeah.
They are so far out there east of KC, right off of I-70. I mean, we can just I can take a right from Hilliard and just drive right to Arrowhead and Kauffman Stadium. It's on the same road, basically, but it's so far out there. So everyone's either talking about dome stadium that's glorious and new, and we get that climate-controlled viewing experience to sell higher price tickets to all the fans.
Well, it's not just that. It's the other events you can attract.
It's the other events, but then it's also the setting that's around it. Like you go with what the Atlanta Braves did, Truist Park. It's the little village that is where the stadium is, like what Brook Park is going to be.
Oh, did you see what they're going to do in Atlanta,
too? You got to have everything around it.
In one of the other Atlanta suburbs, I'm not familiar with my peach geography, but maybe if you're from the area, you can tell me where this place is. But I assume it's where the Whites live. Because that seems to be...
Do you know the name of the suburb, or do you not know
I forget. But they're talking... They want another hockey team there, right? They had the Flames. They went away. They had the Thrashers. They went away. But now it's different. We got suburbs. We got youth hockey. We got, more whitey than ever. So we're gonna get a new hockey club. They're not just talking about building an 18,000-seat arena. We can't do that. All in, this is going to be $3 billion. With the neighborhood and the shopping and the district and all the stuff they're going to build. And if they're admitting to it now that it's going to be $3 billion, imagine what it's actually going to be.
Yeah, it's Forsyth or Forsyth County. That's the county. I don't know what exact town that is because I'm not super familiar with that Atlanta area as well. I've only been there one time ever.
It's funny too. I'm reading this article about how this isn't the same Atlanta. It's going to work this time. And then if you read it, it's just, demographics this and demographics that. Essentially, it's, more white people live here now.
What's going to work is if it's a good organization and if they're run well. Because as we've been seeing from some recent stories, and as we just look at hockey teams that are in the non-traditional markets, right? If you put a good product out on the ice, the Carolina Hurricanes. Now, I know they're a little bit frustrated now because they haven't been able to get over that hump of the Eastern Conference Finals.
Well, I understand, but
with
Coach
Rod Brindamore, but you've got a
very good team.
You won a Stanley Cup since you moved to Raleigh, down from Hartford. That is a great thing. We're still trying to advance in the Stanley Cup playoffs. We've got great fans. We're in Central Ohio. We're a little bit more of a hockey culture in this state than some of those other states, but they go to Atlanta. It'll probably work if the team is good, if they win games.
I'm not saying it won't work this time. I just get a kick out of all these, demographics, and here's why we're different. It's like, just say what you want to say. You're going to build a $3 billion complex.
And that's gonna win the bid.
In the suburbs where all the soccer moms live. That's what you're going to do. All right, just say that. It's amazing to me some of the cities that the NHL's not in yet. Like Atlanta's a huge market. They're not in there.
Yeah.
They will be.
I mean, they always...
Houston's a huge market. They're not in there.
God, Houston.
They don't have a team in the state of Missouri.
I was talking with
Yes, they do. St. Louis Blues. But I mean, Kansas City is a growing metro area. I'm surprised they don't have a team there.
Yeah, Houston, to me, that would have to be one of the roughest places to live. We talk about places where you could be offered a big-time job and what would get you there.
A lot of people live there, though,
They've
buddy.
got great sports. I know our guy C.J. Stroud is down there. It's so, like, you talk about guys like you and me with our
I'd
what we
burst
can
into
stand with the
flames.
climate, we would.
My sack is dripping just thinking about living in Houston.
We'd burst into flames for multiple reasons.
Walk
being in
outside
a
today.
place like Houston,
You know what they
too.
call that in Houston? March. Walk outside today.
They have an entire underground city there. You know, the people get around downtown. It's underground.
They should. They're
because
tunnel
it's
dwellers.
too hot. But yeah, there are a lot of different cities that I think should have hockey teams as well. Like you said, maybe even a couple more in Canada. I know Hamilton was talked about forever.
Hell with Canada. Speaking of Too Hot.
Too hot.
Too Hot with Teddy is coming up at 4:30. I've also been told the YouTube stream is back up. If you want to go check us out on YouTube, hurry, because I'm sure it will crash soon. We're going to talk about a big, giant piece of crap coming up in 2 minutes. Common Man and Timmy on the Fan.
Fan Traffic.
Sponsored by Meister's Bar and Pizza in Grandview.
We've got some delay due to an accident that's blocking the right lane if you're on northbound 71 on the south side at Green Lawn Avenue. And if you're on eastbound 104 after 71, expect some slowdown there due to an accident that's on the right shoulder. This report is sponsored by Ohio Basement Authority. Want a man cave, playroom, or guest space in your basement? Contact Ohio Basement Authority, the basement finishing experts. Book your free inspection today at ohiobasementauthority.com. Licensed in all states where work is performed. I'm Nicole for 97.1 The Fan Traffic.
Road trip. This summer at Tire Discounters, your tires are your passport to savings because you're driving to Paris.
Texas!
Then it's off to Rome.
Georgia!
And you'll be kissing the Blarney Stone in Dublin.
Ohio!
Right now, save up to $434 when you buy 4 tires, and that includes a free alignment and oil change. Stop at Tire Discounters before you see the world.
Working your way through that honey-do list? That means more flushes, more showers, more fiddling with a thermostat. Trust the pros at the Waterworks with your plumbing and drain cleanings and repairs and all your heating and cooling needs. Our certified pros can repair or replace your furnace or air conditioner. Clogs? Call the Waterworks. Drain cleaning? Call the Waterworks. Plumbing issues? Call the Waterworks. Furnace repairs? Call the Waterworks. The Waterworks. Trusted neighborhood plumbing, drain, heating, and cooling experts.
Did you want information on the Ohio Lottery's Easy Play games? Okay. Easy Play games have everything needed to play printed on the ticket, so you never wait for a drawing. And with Easy Play Progressive games, they can instantly win the game's jackpot, which oftentimes grow and grow to over $1 million. All lottery players are subject to Ohio laws and commission regulations. Play responsibly. Want another commercial? Okay.
Common Man and Timmy is sponsored by Hinderer Motorsports. Listen every weekday from 3 to 6. They're good, clean boys. The Fan.
There's a greater than 0% chance Common Man gets fired before this show is over. You're listening to Man and Timmy.
We got a lot of crap to get to today. Ross Bjork, talkie today. We will hear from Bjorky. By the way, if you want to have a good cry today, if you haven't had one yet, maybe you're crying listening to this show because you just can't believe that we exist.
We're probably foaming from the mouth.
Meredith Gaudreau wrote a piece in the Players Tribune today. It is beautiful and just absolutely heart-wrenching. I mean, she loves her husband. She misses her husband. She's quite the person. I've never met her personally.
I would vote for her to win whatever kind of courage award that we have in this city if we have something like that. I'm not sure if we do, but everything that she has had to go through, and she's had to do it in a very public light because of who Johnny is to sports fans and to people in our town.
The whole family, they haven't shied away from it. I wouldn't be able to do it.
The grace that they have done that with, and she's inspiring, and I think it's everybody's worst nightmares, but I mean, we're all human, right? I'm sure like we've had a negative thought a time or two, like what would we do? How would we handle a certain situation if something happened to one of our loved ones, one of our family members? And you never expect to have to realize how you would act or how you would be. But the way that she has done it has really been remarkable. I mean, she was out there again during the outdoor game at the shoe and did the desk at one of the intermissions and sat there, and I think PK was there, asking her questions as you do, right? And it can't get any easier. I don't know how that gets any easier. The more time she's done that, I don't know if you saw clips of the video that the NHL put out that the Blue Jackets shared when Sean Monahan, when Monty got the Masterton Award. That was really cool. The way that they did that too. It's just, what can you say?
Can't imagine it. If you want to get in touch with your emotions today, it's in the Players Tribune. She wrote it. It's beautiful. Sad.
Basically their whole journey. Basically their whole journey together from start to finish.
I have a story about Johnny that I'm not comfortable sharing yet, but maybe I will in the future.
Oh, that's well.
I'm not ready. I'm not ready to do it.
Is that that's just a tease for a later date?
I've been sitting on it for a while. I'm not ready to do it.
Okay.
I don't know why I even opened my mouth. I'm sorry. I'm reading stories. Speaking of, we're transitioning from, hey, a really good guy in Johnny Gaudreau to a really giant turd in Vince McMahon. You know Vince McMahon, don't you, Teddy? Your guy? Look at him.
Not my guy.
You two were on the text chain sharing chicks together?
No.
You and Johnny Ace and Vince McMahon?
No.
Little menage between the three of you?
Oh, my God.
So Vince McMahon
Vince is accused of some things.
WWE, WWF, big, pile of crap. He's 79 years old. He still owns, I want to say, 3% of the stock.
It's like a tiny, tiny bit. He's sold most of it off in the last 2 years or so.
Yes, he's old and he's rich and he's stubborn and he's, probably can't get phone calls returned by his own family because he's wronged everybody. So he's looking for something to do. So he has started a new LLC. He's registered a new LLC. And the reports are he wants to raise the capital to buy back WWE. He wants to, because that's his legacy. First of all, dummy, perhaps you go back in time 25 years ago and you don't take the company public. You didn't have to. You were a rich man. It was very successful for you. You owned 100% of it. You answered to no one. But you wanted the cachet that came with having a publicly traded company. You wanted to be mentioned along with the big wigs on CNBC. Well, congratulations. Now you have no control over the company that you founded. You're also a big, giant piece of garbage that has pending litigation against you. TKO, who owns UFC and they own WWE, they want nothing to do with you. They don't want you on the board. They talk about you like you never existed.
Yeah.
And now in your delusional 79-year-old mind, you think you're going to buy back your product. It's not going to happen unless, there's a big caveat there, unless he can partner with people like the Saudis, who essentially have unlimited funds. He had a good relationship with them prior. I can't imagine the Saudis getting into business with Vince McMahon. If they wanted to buy it, they can do it on their own. They don't have to have this crazy old man as the face of the organization. I don't think it's possible that he gets the money, and even if they do, he does. I don't think it's possible that TKO can possibly sell to him. But they are a publicly traded company. If he comes to the table with $20 billion, they owe it to their stockholders and investors
to listen at least.
To listen and investigate a deal. But here's an old, gross man with nothing better to do.
Sounds like this is a lot of talk right now, and this is not something that's going to happen. It just, talking about Vince McMahon just makes you realize how much you hate owners as sports fans. They're here to be hated, Every now and then,
and then there's him.
Every now and then we got owners that are all right, But for the most part, we're just dying to be saved from our owners.
Not every owner, though, is
ruining our lives.
Passing around secretaries like they're sexual pinatas
Correct.
for all their buddies.
Correct. I mean, but then again, a lot of owners do have a lot of skeletons in the closet.
That's right.
And a lot of owners have done some really bad stuff, and their buddies will cover things up for them. They will get to stay in their old boys club for a lot longer than they should. I mean, we could rattle off countless numbers of owners that have done some really bad things, really heinous things. And Vince McMahon is up there with one of the worst. And you know what? He had his time. He had his time in the sun. He sold it off. He got paid. I mean, what have his shares been worth? Like, he dumped, I think, about $2 billion worth of WWE stock.
Oh, he's a
in the last 2 years.
He's rich.
But I mean, actually got paid out. A lot of it when you create something like the WWE and you build it into this massive thing that's worth an ungodly amount of money, you either have two choices, right? You keep running it, you're going to be a millionaire, you're going to live a lavish lifestyle, you're going to make mad bank year to year, but the only way you make that $5 billion, $10 billion price tag is if you put some of it up for sale. It's like you look at what your guy Jerry Reinsdorf buy the White Sox for.
$20 million.
$20 million. What are they worth now?
At
two
least
or three,
$2
$2 or $3 billion? That's ridiculous, right? Like, you buy something that's worth that, you hold on to it for 20, 30, 40 years, and it's not even just double the cost, doesn't even do it justice. It's worth 40 times as much.
It actually makes me smile, though, a guy like Vince McMahon, almost 80 years old, because,
what makes you smile?
I'll tell you what makes me smile.
His misery.
I stopped believing in karma a long time ago. I think that karma is a really cool thing to believe in, but I don't necessarily think it's real. I think that there are bad people that do win. But Vince McMahon is a bad dude, and by all accounts, he should be bouncing grandkids on his knee and, having golden years with his wife and looking back at his family and business and being proud of what he accomplished. Instead, he is an 80-year-old man who probably still is lifting weights every single day and taking steroids, and he can't get his wife to talk to him, and his kids don't call him back, and he lives in his big 90,000 square foot Greenwich, Connecticut house, but has no real possessions in life that he loves. So he has to try and go buy back the one thing that means something to him.
That's got to be the worst part of it, too.
And that's just sad, isn't it?
You're just trying to buy back something that you already sold.
He's almost trying to go back in time with this.
Yeah.
He's trying to pretend he's not old. If I own this again, I can get started again and I won't make the mistakes I made last time.
It's really, it's not even psychopathic. It's more sociopathic behavior to think that that's going to help you feel better. That's not going to work. It's probably not going to happen in the first place.
No, but it's sad that you're
not going to work, that you're in that state of mind where you think that's going to help.
It's like when he brought back the XFL.
Buying away your problems.
It's like, hey, I did this once before. It didn't work. But now I've learned my lesson.
When are we going to stop with all of the football in the wrong season?
Never, buddy.
Why?
I don't know why.
Why are we so smart out there? I know we have a lot of billionaires and a lot of millionaires in this country. Why do people keep flushing it down the toilet with that?
It's
with
the same reason why you see these, football teams continue to go out and take chances on guys that are 6'4", 6'5". Maybe they've failed everywhere else. Maybe their mechanics are crap. They have the ego that say, but everybody else screwed him up. When I get him in here and I whisper in his ear and I get him in my system, then it's going to work.
Put your money into the new next professional football league, which is college football.
Oh, that's
Put your money there. That's where you want to invest with it.
We will talk about that. Ross Bjork, big press conference today, talking about the money, the future in collegiate athletics. That's coming up top of the 4 o'clock hour. Coming up next, would you go to a place called the Museum of Greatness?
That sounds pretty great.
Museum of Greatness. There is also a place called the Hall of Excellence. Not you're Timmy Hall. It's not your Hall of Excellence.
Everything is the Hall.
The Hall of Excellence. I will explain these very real places that you can attend. Coming up next, Common Man and Timmy on The Fan.
Fan Traffic.
Sponsored by Meister's Bar and Pizza in Grandview.
Keep an eye out for a disabled vehicle that's on the left shoulder of eastbound 270 on the South Outer Belt at US 23. Crews are on scene, causing some delay there. And we've got a little bit of a slowdown due to an accident that's on the left shoulder of southbound 270 on the West Outer Belt after West Broad Street. This report is sponsored by the Crohn's and Colitis Foundation. The Crohn's and Colitis Foundation has been at the forefront of inflammatory bowel disease research and care for over 50 years. Learn more about research, education, and support at Crohn'sColitisFoundation.org. I'm Nicole for 97.1 The Fan Traffic.
Everyone has a fave Wendy's Frosty flavor. And when you're choosing from chocolate or vanilla, it's not that hard. But now there's all new Frosty Swirls and Frosty Fusions. So try picking your fave from Oreo Brownie Fusion, Pop-Tarts Strawberry Fusion, Strawberry Swirl, Brownie Batter Swirl, Caramel Swirl, and Caramel Crunch Fusion. Not so easy now, huh? For a fresh way to Frosty, gotta be Wendy's. Open till midnight or later.
Participating U.S. Wendy's. Hours may vary by location. Oreo is a trademark of Mondelez International Group. Pop-Tarts is a trademark of Kellogg North America Co., LLC. Used with permission.
It's Kubota Orange Days. From America's #1 selling compact tractor to zero-turn mowers and versatile RTVs, get your perfect match delivered to your door. Now through June 30th, get 0 down, 0% APR for 84 months or up to $2,000 off BX 2380 tractors. See the details at KubotaOrangeDays.com.
Stop by CEC Turf and Tractor in Athens, Canal, Winchester, Lancaster, or Toledo to see their full line of Kubota tractors and mowers, or check them out online at CECTurfandTractor.com.
Summer 2025 is bringing something wild to your Columbus Zoo. The all-new North America Trek opens this summer, a reimagined zoo region inspired by your national parks. Get ready to get up close with Mexican wolves, black bears, river otters, bald eagles, and more in breathtaking new habitats. Discover local wildlife and conservation in action like never before. Plan your visit today. Visit ColumbusZoo.org for details.
Matty Ice here. When I needed a new Chevy, I headed to McDaniel GM Superstore in Marion. Right now, get up to $12,000 off MSRP on a 25 Silverado LD. They've got no market adjustments, no hidden costs, and sales managers are on the floor ready to help. That's been the McDaniel difference since 1916. They're just a short drive north off Route 23 in Marion, or you can visit McDanielGMSuperstore.com. McDaniel GM Superstore, where great deals meet a century of trust. Chevrolet, together, let's drive.
Common Man here. I want to talk to you about my buddy Bob Capace from Worthington Jewelers. It's rare that a business comes along and offers you such great quality, service, price. If you or someone you love or like, or even strangers on the street tell you they need a jeweler, tell them you got a guy, and that guy is Bob Capace at Worthington Jewelers.
I'm Bob Capace, and I'm your guy.
Worthington Jewelers on High Street in Worthington, worthingtonjewelers.com, where Columbus gets engaged.
Hey there, friends. Bo Bishop here. Spring weather has arrived, and we all know what that brings. Warmer weather and severe storms. Well, when bad weather hits, we all know it can cause leaky roofs or even damage to your siding and gutters. The Roofing Guys are your local experts in roofing, siding, and gutters and more, providing top quality through every roof, every time. So it's just a small repair, full replacement, or even peace of mind. You need to contact my guys, the Roofing Guys, 614-626-7000, or visit them at theroofingguys.com. That's theroofingguys.com.
Join our resident gambling degenerates Dave Biddle and Scotty Vegas for On the Money Sunday morning at 9.
Presented by ESPN Bet at Hollywood Casino Columbus.
All the action, none of the responsibility. The Fan.
This summer, elevate your backyard barbecue game with Napoleon Grills from Billiards Plus in Dublin. Experience the power of Napoleon's infrared sizzle zone, reaching up to 1,800 degrees in just 30 seconds for that perfect steakhouse sear. Stay connected with the Napoleon Home app. Monitor up to 3 temperature probes, all from your smartphone. Built to last with premium steel, the grilling season never ends with Napoleon Grills from Billiards Plus. Visit Billiards Plus on Dublin Center Drive in Dublin and transform your patio into a gourmet grilling paradise.
Go beyond your field of study and get a world-class education in leadership. As an Army officer, you'll work side by side with peers who support your growth, and you'll become a role model, mentor, and decision maker in any environment, at any scale. It's a challenging path, but along the way, you'll sharpen your skills and show yourself and those around you exactly what you're capable of. Decide to lead at goarmy.com/officer.
The Ohio State University ROTC has scholarships available. Learn more at arotc.osu.edu.
All your favorite fan shows are available when you want them.
Head to 971thefan.com and hit that subscribe button.
The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
One has pizza sauce for blood. The other is Rachel Maddow. You're listening to Common Man and Timmy.
I can't get cool. So part of Timmy's job description is he has to put the fan up right to my face. Turn that thing up high.
What? Is this loud enough?
Put it up high. Ooh.
Teddy, can you hear this?
Teddy, is the breeze into the microphone too distracting? Oh, it feels good.
I can barely hear it, yeah.
Oh, good.
It's there, yeah.
Then just stand here the whole show.
You can't hear it?
I can hear it, but just barely.
Whoop, my paper blew away. Whoop. Woo, Ocho. I'll make up for it now. What were we talking about? Pieces of crap? Speaking of not pieces of crap, she may have been, I don't know. Ananda Lewis has died. You know who she is?
She was not a piece of crap.
I don't know. I'm
She
sure
was a
she
good,
wasn't.
Good,
yes,
clean
she
girl.
was. She was.
Total Request Live.
Former MTV VJ.
I saw. That's sad.
She had breast cancer at the age of 52. And the reason I bring this up is twofold. Number one, I had such a crush on her. She was so hot. Oh, my God.
Who didn't?
She was just wonderful, striking.
Yeah, beautiful.
Great
Just
personality. Beautiful. I wanted to be her. Not be her. Just be with her. You know what? Be her, too. Why not? I just spent all my time looking at myself in the mirror.
I mean, she did work on the coolest show of one of the coolest shows of our youth. Total Request
I'm reading
Live.
the story about the breast cancer, and she said that, her mom had breast cancer, and because of her mom having breast cancer, for some reason, that made her afraid of the radiation and getting mammograms, and she didn't get mammograms.
Oh, no.
And so by the time they found the breast cancer, it was, very, what's the word I'm looking for?
It was shocking.
Enhanced or
it was progressive.
Yes,
it had progressed.
It had progressed.
So
if you catch it early, yes, get your mammograms.
Checked.
My
You're
wife
40
got one
years
this week.
old, you get checked.
My wife had a mammogram this week. It does not sound fun. Somebody just squish your bosom into a pancake.
But we all have our things, right, dudes? We got to get our butts checked. We got to get our boobs checked. All that stuff. You got to get checked.
Butts and boobs.
You got to do it.
Ananda Lewis, my gal.
Yeah,
you will be missed. Please get your mammograms.
Me saying butts and boobs, that reminds me of a Sydney Sweeney quote from, I don't have it in front of me right now, but she was doing some new role. Sydney Sweeney, I'm sure everyone listening knows who she is, and she's going to play like a UFC fighter or a boxer in a new movie, and she had to put on like 30 pounds.
Why?
To do method acting. That's what the character was like. So that's what she's doing.
I like how these people, their method when I'm committed to the role. Aren't you selling like Sasquatch body wash on TV during the daytime? What are we doing here?
What?
Just be hot. You're going to still get roles. You're Sydney Sweeney.
What are you talking about? Like she needed to bulk up for the movie.
She didn't have to take that movie role,
but she wanted it. She wanted the movie role. And so what's the problem with her?
What is she complaining about? Because I'm sure it's going to be, and then...
No, I don't think she was complaining about it. She's just talking about what she did.
It was so hard to eat all this food. Gained the weight.
Yeah,
the weight was going into certain places.
Yeah, I'm trying to...
that's what happens. Where was it going?
Here was her quote. She said...
More boobies?
Here was her quote. It's phenomenal. My body was completely different. I didn't fit in any of my clothes. I'm usually a size 23 in jeans. I was wearing a size 27. My boobs got bigger and my butt got huge. It was crazy. I was like, oh my God.
Oh my God.
But it was amazing. I was so strong, like crazy strong. Mm-hmm. Dear God, Sydney Sweeney said her boobs got bigger and her butt got huge.
I got two things for you. Museum of Greatness. They're doing a Fanatics Fest. Yes, the website that sells all the merchandise. They're putting together a fest. It will take place June 20th through the 22nd in New York City. If you're interested, I'm sure you can Google. They will have celebrity autographs, photo ops, interactive experiences, and more. Another thing they'll have there is something called the Museum of Greatness. They say they will feature items valued at more than $200 million.
This is all like sports memorabilia?
Things like this. Shohei Ohtani's 2024 All-Star Game uniform.
Okay.
Plus 3 cards from his rookie year worth $1 million. Michael Jordan's 1998 Last Dance NBA Finals jersey.
Oh, yeah.
Michael Jordan 1997 Fleer Precious Metal Gems green card worth $8 million, I guess.
$8 million? That's some special Jordan rookie card?
LeBron stuff. LeBron cards, rookie cards, 50 Major League Baseball debut patches, whatever. So they're valuing all of this at $200 million. And the first thing that I thought of in my sick brain was, I wonder how they could steal all this stuff on Ocean's 11. Like, if we brought that gang back.
Aren't they coming out with another movie, but the cast is completely different? I don't think there's any Clooney or any Brad. Yeah, I feel like they are. I feel like,
what do I care?
I feel like Margot Robbie and Ryan Gosling are slated to do an Ocean's movie.
I don't care unless it's the gang. And you can't have the gang because Bernie Mac is dead.
Well, rest in peace, Bernie Mac. I wouldn't throw the whole project away because we have no Bernie.
You have to have at least
Clooney and Pitt.
No. And they wouldn't do it.
Scott Conn,
Want to know why?
good.
Because they have that's where you're going. Scott Conn.
He's in the crew. So Bernie Mac dies, you can't do it. If Scott Conn died, you'd be like, oh, we'll fill him in.
Didn't Elliot Gould die too?
Elliot Gould. He's who does he plays? What's his character's name? Ruben. Thank you.
Carl Reiner's dead. You can't do it then.
Yeah, he's good.
No,
he's
what are you
good
gonna
too.
do, Timmy?
A lot of guys.
Hey, it's Ocean's 4.
There's more than okay.
They're doing 2 of them, I guess. They're going to do.
Casey Affleck is still around.
There's going to be a prequel, which is what Timmy was talking about with Margot Robbie and Ryan Gosling.
So Gosling plays Danny Ocean?
They'll be playing their parents or his parents. So it's Ocean's 10. And then they're working on an Ocean's 14 with the original guys that are still alive.
So they are going to do one with Pitt and Danny.
What is that?
I don't know why
be?
I called him.
They steal things at the nursing home that they're all in.
Yes.
Like Clooney's making his Nespresso, and he goes to steal pods of the Nespressos. Some things should just be left alone. All right.
Well, it's all based on
movies.
It's all based on an original one.
And you know what? Can I tell you something? I don't care about the Sinatra one.
Yeah.
I don't care about that one.
So
I've never seen it.
You ain't seen it? Don't bother.
I haven't seen it.
It's not as good. Original Ocean's 11. Your crew is not there. You can't replace members of the crew. It's disrespectful to Bernie Mac and Carl Reiner.
How many? You're not a guy that likes sequels all that much, but aren't you a Terminator 2 guy? Isn't that
there are exceptions to that
There's
rule.
some exceptions to that
Terminator
rule.
2 is, I think, one of the few sequels that are better than the original.
I would agree. I got to rewatch the Terminators, but there was nothing quite like the Liquid Cop.
You don't have to rewatch them.
Liquid Metal Cop was one of the coolest things of our childhood.
Let me tell you what to do. You watch the first one, you watch the second one, and then you stop. They wish they stopped. Whenever they start coming out with these new sequels, like, hey, it's Terminator 9, but the last 7 didn't happen. We're going to go back and pretend like it picks up after Terminator 2.
And they go way off into the future. They've done that, too. They've had Christian Bale. Linda Hamilton's come back and done some of these.
Christian Bale one sucked. Just sucked.
We got to get, Teddy and I want to get you watching the Equalizer films with Denzel.
I want to hear from Ross Bjork. Bjorky is talking. Oh, and I didn't talk about the Hall of Excellence. We'll do that later, too. Let's talk to Bjorky coming up next. Common Man and Timmy on the Fan.
Fan Traffic.
Sponsored by Meister's Bar and Pizza in Grandview.
Traffic is stop and go and causing about a 5-minute delay on northbound 71 on the north side between I-70 and 5th Avenue. And we've got an accident that's blocking the right lane on northbound 71 on the south side at Greenlawn Avenue. This report is sponsored by Put-in-Bay Chamber of Commerce. Let me try that again. This report is sponsored by Put-in-Bay Chamber of Commerce and Tourism Bureau. Look out for Put-in-Bay, the island getaway you've been waiting for. Be it a day or a weekend, you can enjoy all sorts of shops, dining, and entertainment. Plan your perfect trip today at visitputinbay.com. Put-in-Bay, an everyday island getaway. I'm Nicole for 97.1 The Fan Traffic.
A healthy body needs good food. This summer, the Ohio Department of Education and Workforce is sponsoring Sun Meals, a summer food program where kids eat free. Children under 18 receive healthy meals and no sign-up is required. Locations may be right in your neighborhood. Call 1-866-348-6479 or visit education.ohio.gov/kidseat for meal locations and times. That's education.ohio.gov/kidseat.
Do you suffer from leg pain, leg swelling, varicose veins, or leg ulcers? Dr. Barry Zeta and Dr. Joseph Senta at Ohio Vein and Vascular Polaris are pioneers in the vein and vascular field. Dr. Zeta and Dr. Senta can perform minimally invasive procedures that will get you back on track to a pain-free life. Stop living with leg pain and start the process to healthy living with a free healthy leg screening. Go to loveyourveins.com or call 614-426-VEIN. That's 614-426-VEIN or loveyourveins.com.
Hey, it's Leslie from Pella Columbus.
I'm Wilson from that other window place.
One of my favorite things, Wilson, is the look on people's faces when they see the end price for Pella windows.
Yeah, I'm always hearing, does it look like I'm wearing my money britches?
More like, I can't believe we get the Pella look and quality at these prices.
Oh, you went the other way with that. You're hearing good things. Oh, this is awkward.
Get the window that homeowners rated the leading window brand in Columbus at PellaColumbus.com.
If you've ever sprained a thumb because you can't get this dumb garage door to open, we are Deluxe Door Systems. For 30 years, we've fixed crappy garage doors straightforward, honest, and for less than you think. DeluxeDoorSystems.com.
You had a solid retirement dream. Sell your home in a few years, bank the equity, downsize, and travel. But with an unpredictable economy and the future feeling uncertain, you're wondering if that equity will still be there when you're ready. What if you could bank that equity right now? With TrueHold, you can sell your home for its current value, so you can access your equity today. You can bank the cash now and stay in the home you love with an easy standard lease. TrueHold even covers property taxes, insurance, and repairs. And since TrueHold hands over your equity in cash now, it's yours to do whatever you'd like. Don't let a shifting economy put your hard-earned equity at risk. Visit TrueHold.com and receive their competitive offer on your home in just 48 hours, based on its current value, not what's coming. Call 1-855-300-9993 or visit TrueHold.com. The smarter, faster way to cash out on your home's value without moving. That's TrueHold.com.
Shop Meijer and bring more to Father's Day with tasteful gifts that are perfect for the grill. Like a certified Angus beef T-bone steak, now just $9.99 a pound. Locally grown asparagus for $1.87 a pound. Select varieties of Johnsonville brats are $3.99. And don't forget Dad's dessert. Select varieties of Hudsonville ice cream are just $3.99. Make Dad's Day a good deal better at Meijer. Exclusions apply. See Meijer.com for details.
Hey, what's up? It's T-Bone letting you know that Getchy's Amish Country Furnishings in Dublin has everything you need for your backyard this summer. They've got a huge selection of poly outdoor furniture built to last, never needs refinished, perfect for the lazy among us. Want to get the kids outside? Getchy's Amish Country Furnishings has quality-built play sets that you can configure any way you like. Plus, Getchy's Amish Country Furnishings is your trusted source for Weaver Barnes in Central Ohio. Getchy's Amish Country Furnishings in Dublin or online at AmishCountryFurnishings.com. And, of course, tell them T-Bone sent you.
Trust. It's something we all value, but also something that's hard to earn, especially when it comes to your home. In a city like Columbus with so many contractors to choose from, how do you know who to trust with one of your biggest investments? At Newman Roofing, we believe trust starts with character and continues with consistent results. As a family-owned and operated company, we built our reputation on hiring good people, value-driven professionals who treat your home with the same care and respect they'd give their home. Our team is committed to delivering a true white glove experience. That means paying attention to the details, communicating clearly, and doing the job right the first time. We use only the highest quality products, installed with precision and backed by proven techniques. That's how we ensure you'll feel confident not just today, but for years to come. And we don't just ask you to take our word for it. With over 770 five-star reviews on Google, you can read story after story from homeowners just like you who trusted Newman Roofing and had their expectations exceeded. When it comes to roofing, gutters, or siding, call the local company built around family, values, and integrity. Newman Roofing. Call today at 614-NEW-ROOF or visit online at newmanroofing.com. Don't just get a new roof, get a Newman roof.
Broadcasting from the Lindsay Honda Studios.
Honda makes the cars. Lindsay makes the difference. Visit lindsayhonda.com.
WBNS-FM, HD1 Columbus. The Fan. Sports Center.
Good afternoon. This is Paul Keels. On a course that many of the pros consider one of the toughest they'll play, J.J. Spawn carded a bogey-free 4 under 66 to grab the opening round lead at the U.S. Open at Oakmont in Pittsburgh. His lead is at 1 over Tristan Lawrence, Sunjay M., and Rasmus Neergaard Peterson, who are at 3 under par. Ohio State today announced the formation of the Center for Sports Intelligence and Strategy, and among the many things they'll address is assisting in recruiting, roster management, as well as scheduling. Defensive end Shamar Stewart, the Cincinnati Bengals first-round draft pick, left OTAs today out of frustration over lack of a contract. Columbus Clippers continue their road series at Buffalo tonight. Game 4 of the NHL Stanley Cup Finals tonight. Edmonton at Florida, Panthers a 2-1 series lead. This update brought to you by RCD RV Supercenter in Heath, Delaware, and Pataskala, or at rcdrv.com. Breaking sports news when it happens on The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
If the authorities looked at their Instagram accounts, they'd be arrested immediately.
Daddy, what are you doing?
You're listening to Common Man and Timmy.
I'm sorry. I'm just in a bad mood today.
Why?
I'm just in a sour mood.
You've been here all day.
That's why.
You think that's got something to do with
Yeah,
it?
that's
you were
why.
here at 7:30.
I'm in a bad mood. Here's the good news, though. For all of you who hated the pulse, it's gone. I killed it. Gone. No pulse.
No more pulse.
No more pulsey.
Pulse gone. Well, we talked about it yesterday.
I understand, but
look.
It's gone. You don't like it? It's gone.
Looky here. The reasoning, the justification is we can still get back into a topic that was buzzing because we understand that not all of you are in the car or at your device, however you listen to the show, however you watch the show. You might have missed something. So that was the crux of that segment. A little recap of what we've been talking about, maybe some new things. But we don't need a fixed segment to have to do that.
Yeah, we can just do it.
Have to be some rule about we got to do it here. We can just naturally get back into something.
You're right.
And we'll continue to do that.
You're right. I'm wrong.
How you liking the golf?
I'm trying to create magic here on the radio. I'm not watching the golf.
I know, but you've been around since 7 a.m., right?
I have been watching it.
You've been able to watch a lot of golf. I just saw Scotty went into a red hazard area. He's already 1 over par, so that's not the greatest thing.
I was talking to you about the Museum of Greatness. It's going to be at Fanatics Fest in New York City next week. There's also a Hall of Excellence, not to be confused. They're two different things. The Hall of Excellence is at the Fountain Blue in Las Vegas, and it opens June 20th. Apparently, late June, big time for sports memorabilia. The Hall of Excellence brings together the rarest memorabilia from the world's most celebrated icons, curated by 7-time Super Bowl champion Tom Brady and sportscasting legend Jim Gray.
Tom and Jim, they've done those Westwood One interviews for a long, long time.
This museum experience reveals untold stories through extraordinary artifacts, from Muhammad Ali's boxing gloves to Oprah Winfrey's Presidential Medal of Freedom. Then there's a link where you can buy tickets. You walk through Tom Brady's storage unit, essentially. And then they woke up and, hey, they called Oprah and said, "You're going to throw your medal in the trash? Oh, here you go. We'll put it in a case. People can look at it." So if you want to buy tickets to the Hall of Excellence, I think you should start calling yourself around the house Hall of Excellence.
I am pretty excellent, right?
You are excellent.
I always like to joke whenever we were on campus that every single building on campus was named after our family. Everything was something Hall, this Hall,
Billy
that
Lenardi Hall.
Billy Hall,
where all the
Budig
prostitutes
Hall,
were.
Strong Hall, all the halls, they're all ours.
Ross Bjork, he is the AD over at Ohio State, had a press conference today talking about all the logistics that are changing, the essentially partnering together with the collectives and internalizing NIL and distributing money. $20.5 million is the initial cap, which for sports he will spread this money out to.
That's right.
So here is Bjorky talking about distribution, that too. Distribution of revenue sharing.
There's $20.5 million of revenue share dollars that can now be given to the athlete. And as part of that, anytime you add a new scholarship in any sport, whether it's 1, 5, or 91 like we did, that has to count against the $20.5 million, up to $2.5. Does everyone follow that? 20.5, $2.5 million of scholarships. We added 91. So therefore, there's $18 million to distribute to our sports. And so for us, we will allocate the $18 million starting in 4 sports: women's volleyball, women's basketball, men's basketball, and of course, our football program.
All right, so we guessed all that stuff, except for women's volleyball.
Mm-hmm,
I didn't know they'd be one of the sports included in this. I'm not saying they don't belong. I have no idea. Good for them.
We touched on women's volleyball because we started talking about all the events that are held in the Covelli Center and how well that building does. And we mentioned wrestling, and we did touch on women's volleyball for a brief period, but we did not pick them as that fourth. So that's interesting to learn and be curious how to see how they keep divvying that up going forward into the following years.
Ultimately, who is in charge of where this money goes? Here's Bjorky.
A lot of programs raced out and announced, and they really followed the house case settlement allocation, 75, 15, 10. What we did is we used metrics. So we said, okay, what does football drive? What does women's basketball drive? What does volleyball drive? And then we came up knowing we'd have 18 million. What are some metrics that can put some parameters around how to allocate it? So that was a process through a lot of data, a lot of studying that our staff put together. And then at the end of the day, okay, this is where we think football is. So yeah, I signed off on that, was a part of that discussion. And then we'll give those allocations to our coaches, and then they'll have to decide how to divide it up.
A lot of ground was covered today. So you had sort of the business, the money side of it. How are we going to divvy up this money? Also, you talked about the deal with Fox and the plethora of noon games and playoff format and everything like that. Here is Ross Bjork talking about how fans want less noon games.
So what we need more flexibility. Can that happen anytime soon? I don't know. But I think every program should deserve the right to have way more flexibility. We have carried the day for Big Noon. There's no question about it. If you look at the viewership, so we understand why Fox went with Big Noon. We understand why we're picked all the time, but we're hoping just more flexibility. That's what we're looking for. And so, I think Commissioner Petiti is going to work with our TV partners. We're going to continue to have those conversations, but can anything change anytime soon? Probably not.
We heard about the possibility of moving the Texas game to Sunday night.
Yeah, and
right?
they tried. That was up to Texas. That Texas did not have to budge.
That's right.
And they didn't have to do anything.
They didn't budge.
And they didn't.
They'd rather play at noon on Saturday in Ohio Stadium than nighttime on Sunday. Here is Ross Bjork talking about that situation.
I think our program, our fans deserve some marquee night games. So we started having that conversation. Texas, in the contract, it goes both ways. They have the ability to approve or not if the game moves off of a Saturday. We asked them. I don't blame them. But those conversations started. We worked with Fox. They were understanding. But really, at the end of the day, there's no flexibility in the contracts. Fox bought the noon window. CBS bought the afternoon window. And NBC has the night window.
Okay, so allow me to sort of read between the lines here. Ohio State, the most powerful entity in the Big Ten. This is not me saying that as an Ohio State fan. That is me stating fact. Ohio State, the most powerful entity in the Big Ten, essentially has no say over what they can do from a television standpoint because these contracts are ironclad.
Yeah.
This also leads me to believe that Kevin Warren or whoever negotiated these contracts didn't do a very good job.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, because, look, you got your money, you got your payments, and you can say, well, we did a good job by that, and you did. Okay? But there also should be a little bit of wiggle room.
I agree.
Should things change. And it appears that is not there in that contract at all.
Why would you ever, and this isn't anything, too, like take anything, any walk of life. If you are the best at something, wouldn't you want to make sure that a relationship stays strong? And I'm not saying that this is a position where Ohio State's going to go anywhere. You're kind of locked in.
Can't go anywhere.
The two big conferences that have developed here in 2025, we know who they are. That's the SEC. That's the Big Ten. We're We're lucky. I shouldn't say we are lucky. Everybody else in the Big Ten from Michigan on down, you are lucky to be in the Big Ten with Ohio State because they are the big brand that has bolstered that thing and made it into this position. But you would think, like you said, some wiggle room should be in order. Why? Because you're a great partner. You're a partner that everybody is coming to see. So you will get to pick your noon window most of the time, and Ohio State's going to be there for you to exercise that. But in the off chance that they want like a couple of bones thrown their way, you should be there to say, okay, good point. We could pick the next best game that week, and you can get to that night game slot.
One of the other behemoths in the Big Ten is a little school called Michigan. What's going on with that whole sign-stealing, cheaty thing? We will tell you coming up next. Common Man and Timmy on The Fan.
Fan Traffic.
Sponsored by Meister's Bar and Pizza in Grandview.
You should watch for some slowdown due to an accident that's blocking the left lane on southbound 270 on the West Outer Belt after West Broad Street, causing about a 10-minute delay there. And we've got some more slowdown due to an accident that's at the intersection of Cleveland Avenue and Oakland Park Avenue. This report is sponsored by the Crohn's and Colitis Foundation. The Crohn's and Colitis Foundation has been at the forefront of inflammatory bowel disease research and care for over 50 years. Learn more about research, education, and support at Crohn'sColitisFoundation.org. I'm Nicole for 97.1 The Fan Traffic.
Fan Traffic sponsored by The Waterworks, your trusted neighborhood plumbing, draining, heating, and cooling experts. Visit online today at thewaterworks.com.
Now's the time to get a great deal on Kubota construction equipment featuring durable Kubota engines, more comfort, more productivity, more get it done right. The Kubota construction lineup shows up ready to work every day. Right now, bring home select Kubota equipment for 0 down, 0% APR for 60 months, or save up to $4,500. Now through June 30th. See us or go to KubotaUSA.com for full disclaimer.
Stop by Columbus Equipment in Columbus, Dayton, or Toledo to see their full line of Kubota construction equipment, or check them out online at ColumbusEquipment.com.
He shoots, he scores! It's a great time of year to be a fan, but the fun stops when you or a loved one can't control your gambling. Maryhaven is here to help with in-person, virtual, and group options. Learn more at maryhaven.com.
Introducing Ice Cream Quakes from UDF. Big chunks of your favorite candies and cookies blended with real UDF ice cream. Made the way you want. Real creamy, real chunky, real. Ice Cream Quakes. New from United Dairy Farmers.
Care Heating and Cooling. Honest technicians, honest pricing. Call 1-800-COOLING.
This just in from the Lindsay Honda newsroom. It's our big anniversary sale. 0% for up to 60 months has been extended on all new Hondas. Try the new 2025 CR-V LX all-wheel drive with 0% financing.
Lower your rate, lower your payment.
Save thousands on hundreds of new Hondas when you buy now.
With so many Hondas, why would you go anywhere else?
Shop the big, the beautiful Lindsay Honda now. Visit lindsayhonda.com for details.
Breaking news coming in from Bet365, and it's no surprise. Same game parlay from Bet365 just keeps getting better.
Well, it's even easier to make a bet. Choose from the most popular markets like hits, run line, totals, and home runs. So many to choose from.
Download the app, start building your bet, and see why it's never ordinary at Bet365. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. 21 plus only. Must be physically located in Ohio. T&Cs apply.
Hey there, friends. Bo Bishop here, and so are the summer savings at RCD RV. Don't miss RCD RV's summer kickoff sale running June 7th through the 21st. New RVs starting as low as $12,995. Now's the time to make a splash this summer. Hurry in. Those deals will not last long. Find unbeatable savings, unforgettable fun, and everything you need to hit the road at RCDRV.com. Visit our locations, Delaware, Heath, and Pataskala, or shop online anytime at RCDRV.com.
I think I just wrote the song of the summer. Listen. That's just you drinking a big gulp from Speedway. And just 89 cents for any size with Speedy Rewards? That's a hit. The convenience stores of Speedway. Valid through 6/24/25. See app for full terms.
This promo is for anyone who likes baseball or America or Terry Francona's scooter. The Reds are on the Fan. Catch all 162 games here on the Fan and 1460 ESPN Columbus and the Fan's HD2. Your home for Reds baseball, the Fan.
Hello, it's John Kozik, founder and president of TurboTrack Realty. Do you want to sell your property, however, you need a little help getting through the process? Let's say you have years of belongings in the home. It needs a lot of updating, you're overwhelmed, and you may need help finding a place to go. I will help you. Visit us today at TurboTrackRealty.com or call me now for an all-cash offer and, more importantly, the help you need at 614-470-2000, 614-470-2000.
Got a teen athlete? Then you know putting in the hours is all part of the game. But did you know the same goes for learning how to drive? Because just like playing a sport, learning to drive takes practice. The only difference is the stakes are even higher. 50 hours of practice time driving with you? Worth every minute. Gear up at teachyourteentodrive.ohio.gov.
From office supplies to IT essentials, Amazon Business provides tools that help you save costs and make insight-based decisions. Learn how to bring your visions to life at amazonbusiness.com.
Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
Plenty of heat and humidity and haze on this Thursday. Temperatures in the upper 80s. Overnight will stay down to around 70 degrees. After a very warm and muggy start, we'll see temperatures back in the mid-80s by Friday afternoon with a slight chance of an evening shower or storm. With your 10 weather impact forecast, I'm Chief Meteorologist Jerry Martz on The Fan.
The ESPN Bet Sportsbook at Hollywood Casino Columbus is the official sportsbook of Common Man and Timmy. Weekdays at 3. The Fan.
They refer to each other as stupid, so they must get along.
We fight a lot, but at the end of the day, it's okay, because we really do hate each other.
You're listening to Common Man and Timmy.
Hey, telling you about our friends at Tri-State Men's Health again. You know, if you've been feeling tired, maybe unmotivated, irritable, you've been here all day.
No.
You know?
I'm good.
Or just a little.
I'm virile.
Just a little off, maybe. It might not be stress or aging. It could be low testosterone. Low T, as they say in the biz. But here's the best part. You can find out for free at Tri-State Men's Health for a limited time only if that's the thing that's ailing you. It happens to a lot of guys. You're not alone. You're not broken. You know, sometimes you're in your 30s heading your way towards the big 4-0. Sometimes it can happen when you're younger and you just don't feel like the same guy anymore. Low energy, weight gain, low libido. That's the sexy time. You want to have that back. That's good. You want to get checked out. TriStateMen'sHealth.com. That's a good place to start poking around and take a look at that low T quiz. They got 2 great locations right here in Central Ohio, Westerville and Hilliard. They're waiving that $99 appointment fee, so you can take the first step for free. TriStateMen'sHealth.com. I was looking at a little list that was on the internet the other day. Top 50 cities in the world for wealth. These are the 50 richest cities in the world.
A lot of money out there, Timmy.
A lot of money. I think global wealth has tripled in the last 2 decades.
All right.
A lot of that is because of what's going on here in the States. 11 cities in the top 50 in the world are American cities.
You want me to guess?
I'm just curious. I mean, I'm staring at the top 10 right here. There are there are 4 American cities in that top 10.
I'm trying to think, Bel Air, is that?
No. Think like the big area. Think of
Los Angeles.
Los Angeles would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Fifth richest city in the world.
So we're not talking about neighborhoods.
No. Yeah, think of the big town. Think of the big town, big area.
So Greenwich, Connecticut wouldn't be on there.
No, Greenwich, Connecticut is not on there.
But that's part of the New York City metro area.
There is one of the 11 American cities that I think would still be considered a mid-market.
Miami?
Kind of surprising to me. No, more mid than that. Miami is on this.
What do I mean? I'm guessing.
Miami is one of them. So
Miami.
You got that one.
The San Francisco tree?
San Francisco. So they list the Bay Area as 2.
All right. Well,
Number
counts.
2 in the world, San Francisco Bay Area.
Costs a lot of money to live there.
Yep.
That full house.
And forgive me for not knowing what exact number because the list is stupid and it just gives me the city. So when you said Miami, I think Miami's somewhere in that 20 to 30 range. It's hard for me to tell the exact number because they don't put the number next to the city.
How about a Seattle?
Seattle. I believe I saw Seattle up here. Yeah, they're there. Right below Seoul, South Korea, and right above Rome.
Ooh, Roma.
Yeah, and this, by the way, this ranking is by number of millionaires in the city.
What about Dallas? Dallas has got a lot of oil money, a lot of cows.
Dallas is right there in between two famous Switzerland towns, Zurich and Geneva.
Ooh. Lots of wristwatchy.
Oh, a lot of chocolate.
That's how they're making their money, the chocolate.
Prancing around.
I wonder
the
how.
Alps. Ooh, it's nice and brisk out. Switzerland is my sister and brother-in-law. They took a trip there for their anniversary 2 years ago. Maybe the most stunning, gorgeous photos I've ever seen.
Oh, the Alps are very stunning.
Switzerland. We had old internet guy, Don Delco, 4-hour lunch break. Mm-hmm. He and the fam moved to Bern, I want to say. Bern, Switzerland.
I think they're back now.
Oh, they're back.
They're back. How many more American cities are on the list?
You got to get the number one in the world. Number one richest, most wealthiest city in the world.
And it's in America?
It's the American town.
It's not New York?
It is. Yes, New York City.
Okay, but...
Yes.
I thought we talked about that.
No, I don't think we did.
I talked about Greenwich, Connecticut, and how that's part of the New York metro area.
Okay, you said Greenwich, Connecticut. My mistake. There's 384,000 millionaires in New York City. 384,000 millionaires.
Is Columbus not on this list?
Columbus is not on it.
I mean, we got some monies here, though.
You didn't.
There's monies.
There's monies, and more on that. You didn't say Chicago. That's top 10. That's number 10 on the list. The other ones are Tokyo. So you get New York, the Bay Area. Tokyo is there. Singapore's fourth. Then it was L.A., London, Paris, Hong Kong, Sydney, Australia, and Chicago. That's the top 10. You didn't say Houston. You probably would have worked your way to that
Energy
one.
money.
Yep, Houston and Dallas. Seattle. Boston is the other one right there, butted up against Miami.
Bean money in Boston.
D.C. is near the bottom of this list. Look like they're in the 40, 42 spot or something. The one that I wouldn't have gotten, it's another Texas town, though.
Austin?
Austin, Texas.
Yeah?
Austin, Texas is one of the 50 wealthiest cities in the world. Now, Ohio surprised me. Maybe not so much. I was curious. Wealthiest states in America, is that we just broke it down by city. So clearly California, Texas, they're going to be 1, 2. And this is also by number of millionaire households. So you got to think about the population of the state. That, of course, gets you those big states. California, Texas, 2, New York, 3, Florida, 4, Illinois, 5. Care to guess some of those next waves there after Illinois?
Well, again, we're Illinois 5. The reality is it's the Chicagoland area.
It is. Yes, it is.
That's what's carrying the water.
They're not
here.
all in Champaign.
No, I'm just saying, like
Springfield.
There's Chicago, and then there's Carbondale, and these people don't even realize the other exists.
What about DeKalb? Got some rich people hanging out in DeKalb, Northern Illinois.
Pennsylvania's got to be up there.
Pennsylvania's the very next one.
Michigan
is 12, so they're up there, top 15.
Again, we talked about Seattle, so you got to have Washington, the state of Washington.
Yeah, Washington is 13, right by Michigan. I mean, you get to New York, so New Jersey. New Jersey's number 7.
Jersey, Massachusetts.
I thought just growing up in Virginia and all the rich people that lived in Northern Virginia, I thought that would be a good one, and that's number 8. And Ohio, number 9.
There's a lot of people who live here.
Of course there's a lot of people that live here.
Bert Kreischer says it's the best state in the union.
Bert Kreischer does love Ohio.
He said Ohio's the best. You got the big cities. You got beautiful topography. You got it all.
He's talking about the topography.
He likes it.
Yeah.
He's a big drunk idiot who takes his shirt off, but God bless him, he thinks Ohio's the best state of the union.
Next time is he going to be like Ric Flair now and say this about all 50 states on a number of different podcasts? Wherever the show is next. Just an outstanding spot.
NCAA President Charlie Baker says he expects some kind of ruling in the Michigan sign stealing scandal to come out in the next 30 to 90 days. Here's my question to you.
That's a ways.
Well, I mean, this is NCAA speed.
Yeah.
Okay?
Right.
So I guess
this is the last one they're really going to do.
This is the last stage of it, 30 to 90 days. What is the best realistic scenario? Obviously, we can all, I hope they get nuked. I hope a comet strikes them and there's no Ann Arbor ever again. That's not real. And I don't know why Jeff Rimmer's here. But realistic punishment scenario. What say you?
I say, at the very least, a postseason ban. At the very minimum, a postseason ban. I also think that it's worth discussing for each year that they were found to have been conducting this cheating scandal, that cost you a season of a postseason ban. I don't think we're going to get that, but at the very least, I think you get one. And I like the thing that you brought up last week. Where are we going in college sports right now? What do you need a lot of to maintain and to stay at the top of your game and to sharpen your knife? You need funds. You need resources. You need money. Hefty fine would be something. What's the budget now? $20.5 million? Say that they put a cap. Maybe that's a punishment where your salary cap goes down of what you are allowed to pay.
That's all well and good. I agree.
You're hurting the athletes in that case, though. I'd really like to just hammer Michigan, the institution.
Can I tell you something? Hit the portal.
Hit the portal.
I mean, we always do that. It's like, well, we can't punish because then it really punishes the current athletes. Well, you know what? Sometimes there's some collateral damage.
Sometimes there is.
If you want to send a message, if you want to deter this type of behavior, realistically, I think here's what we're going to get. Sharon Moore, more suspension. What is he suspended now? Like 2 games?
They picked 2 or 3 games.
I think he'll be suspended. The ones they wanted he'll be the face of this. Harbaugh's gone. He's got a show cause. Doesn't matter. Sharon Moore gets suspended for a couple more games. They take a postseason bowl ban. This year, they have a reduction in scholarships. I don't think they go back and retroactively remove wins. In my best case scenario, they do all of what I just said, and they go back and
take the title.
Not take the title. They're not going to do that.
No?
I don't think they're going to do that. But they could vacate some regular season wins.
Yeah. Anything that they could do. Anything at all that they could do to hurt them, to make them pay a price, because this scandal, I mean, forget about where we are, where you talk about improper benefits, where I think there's a pretty big understanding that a lot of schools were doing that for a long, long time. There's always teams that are going to win in recruiting, though. The teams with the biggest budgets and the best resources and facilities to come and play at, they're usually going to win and win more recruiting battles. But hitting these guys where they hurt, taking away things that they've won, accomplishments they've had, and
I'm all for it.
Hitting them in the pocketbook.
I'll go then and take the trophy. We could melt it for scrap.
Gonna make some rings of our own.
Sure.
With the melted gold.
Our favorite segment of the week, Too Hot with Teddy, is coming up in 2 minutes. Common Man and Timmy on the Fan.
Fan Traffic.
Sponsored by Meister's Bar and Pizza in Grandview.
If you're driving on southbound 71 on the north side after 670, watch for some slowdown there due to an accident that's on the right shoulder. And you're looking at a 10-minute slowdown on eastbound 70 on the east side from James Road to 270. This report is sponsored by rrfoundationspecialist.com. Secure your building's future with R&R Foundation Specialist. From sinking foundations, leaning walls, waterproofing, and more. Now serving Columbus, Ohio. Get a no-obligation estimate at rrfoundationspecialist.com. That's rrfoundationspecialist.com. I'm Nicole for 97.1 The Fan Traffic.
Fan Traffic is sponsored by RCD RV Supercenter in Heath, Delaware, and Pataskala, or at rcdrv.com.
Are you ready for the ultimate entertainment experience? It's all here, only with Spectrum TV Select. Popular apps are included: Disney Plus, Max, Peacock Premium, Paramount Plus, AMC Plus, and more. And live TV for sports, entertainment, and news. Enjoy across your devices no matter when or where you are. Get Spectrum TV Select and start streaming your favorites today. It's all here. Visit spectrum.com/entertainment. Restrictions apply.
It's graduation season, a time to celebrate the end of an era and the beginning of a whole new story. At Diamonds Direct, we believe moments like these deserve to be remembered beautifully. Honor your graduate with a timeless gift: a birthstone ring, a classic pendant, diamond studs, or an heirloom piece they'll treasure forever. No pressure, all sparkle, and expert guidance every step of the way. Diamonds Direct, your love, our passion.
Need a new heating or cooling system? Booking a free in-home estimate with Logan Services is easier than ever. In just minutes, you can schedule your appointment on our website. It's fast, simple, and hassle-free. Book a time that works best for you. We offer appointments throughout the week and on weekends. And next day installation is available now. When you need help, we're here for you. For the home of fast, friendly service, Logan Services.
Common Man and Timmy is sponsored by Hinderer Motorsports. Listen every weekday from 3 to 6. They're good, clean boys. The Fan.
The only show that can bring a dead queen back to life. This is Common Man and Timmy.
I want to do something that I normally don't do, which is compliment Tyvis Powell. All right? Here's a story about Tyvis. So he's in here this morning, 6 a.m., to host T-Bone and Tyvis. Does a fantastic job on T-Bone and Tyvis.
It's an early wake-up call, right?
So then 9 o'clock comes, show ends, he is out the door, he is driving up to Cleveland to do his Ultimate Sports Cleveland show, whatever the hell he does up there.
Which is a show that starts at 11. So he's got 2 hours.
2 hours.
He's not expected to make it right when the show starts. They work that out. He can saunter onto the set when he arrives. He said he was 3 minutes late. You might want to slow down a tad bit.
So he does it up there. Then he drives back down, goes home, puts on a suit, comes in here now to do work for 10 TV.
Unreal.
This man does it all without the benefit of cocaine.
4:45 is his hit. And then he's already back here in the building. And he's smiling. He's smiling and laughing, wearing his shades.
My favorite segment of the week. Teddy plays us audio. It's time for Too Hot.
Too Hot. Sponsored by the cancer experts at Ohio Health. Visit ohiohealth.com/keep making plans to learn more.
Teddy will scour the internet and our own radio station to find little pieces of audio that we've never heard before. He plays them. We respond. It's as simple as that. Go ahead, Teddy.
Well, we were just talking about this show, T-Bone and Tyvis, and I have a little audio from them. And this is like the start, I think, on Monday when T-Bone comes in. He puts on the headphones, and he's chatting about the headphone levels. So let's give it a listen.
I just realized something. I'm listening to my headphones. I have Common Man's headphone mix in my headphones, which means everything sounds like a guitar that is on like an amp for a rock band, meaning it's distorted. I don't know how he listens to this in his headphones every day.
That's right, because you got to put it on like 2 or something, right?
Yeah, I think I have to switch it over. Let's see.
Does that work on this side too?
I don't know if it does. Are you getting that? Does it sound weird to you in your headphones?
No, when I put it on 2, nothing comes out.
Oh, so. See, I don't even know what I'm doing here. Oh, well, whatever. I'll figure it out later.
That's just in general, he has no idea what he's doing. I have a separate little mix that I get in my ears that Timmy doesn't get, that Teddy doesn't get. It's exclusive to me, but if you hit the right number over here, you can get it in your ears.
You've got number 2, don't you?
No, number 3.
You're number 3.
I'm number 3. I don't think you can get it over
default.
There.
No, I can't get it over here, but what
It's 2000 Rock Band default.
That's what it is.
Wasting your time.
I know what it is because for most of my career here, I would sit in that chair right after you, and the first thing I would do, I would not even plug my headphones in. I would turn the headphone volume all the way to the left and make sure I hit that number 1 because your settings, as T-Bone is describing,
this is not uncommon in this industry. A lot of people do this. They want a little special sound. They want to hear something specific. Just helps them concentrate. Leave me alone.
You are an audiophile, and you like the settings to be a very particular set of settings.
Go on, Teddy.
All right, now let's move up a little bit in our schedule to the Bo Bishop and Friends show. And Bo was chatting about how he's not a big fan of running.
I had a brief stretch in Florida where I would like run like 2 miles every morning, but it was one of those things that as soon as I got off the wagon, I never got back on.
What's the furthest you've ever run?
That.
Just a mile?
Dude, you're talking to a guy who hit the wall in the 100 meters at the district track championships his senior year of high school, and the only reason I literally ran out of gas.
You hit a literal wall?
Well, not literal, but pretty damn close. Like, you could see me being done, and the only reason I did it is so my brother wouldn't win male athlete of the year as a sophomore over me as a senior.
right, first of all, Bo sounds like one of those guys that goes in the classroom and says, man, I failed that test. And then they got an A. Where when I said that, I actually failed the test. He's talking about he doesn't like running. He ran track in high school is what I gathered from that. And there was a time in Florida where you ran 2 miles a day. I hate to break it to you, buddy.
You like it.
I mean,
sounds like you enjoy it, or at least you're able to put up with it.
I mean, a guy like me doesn't like running. I don't run at all, ever, unless a bear is chasing me down the street.
I guess I can understand someone that really has a thirst to stay physically fit, and you find that the best way to do that is to pound the pavement. I don't know if there's another kind of cardio that can match going for a good, long, sustained jog. Not like you got to be sprinting here and there, but getting a couple miles, getting a few miles
My wife
in,
is
doing
like
regular
that.
5Ks.
She can't run anymore because she's got bad joints in her knees. I miss it so much. You do? What's the matter with you?
Yeah, I've gone through periods of my life where I was able to run.
What's the farthest you ever ran?
I never say I would enjoy it. I've done a 4-mile run.
You're out of your mind. Teddy,
That's
what's the farthest you ever run?
Probably just a couple miles. That was it.
At once? You ran a couple miles at once?
What was the reason? Just an outdoor jog?
No,
was
this
it
was
part of a race or something?
It was like back in high school doing some training.
Back when?
Back when I was banging.
Okay.
I don't run at all. And maybe that's why I'm going to die.
Well, I don't run now.
And you're not going to run in the race in a week and a half either.
I'm not. I'm going to stand there. I'll hand out the finishing medals and have a nice Bartles and James in my hand.
If they have pizza afterwards, will you partake?
What a stupid question. What a dumb question.
Ocho, yes.
All right, go ahead, Teddy.
Goose, I said goose.
All right, on Rothman and Ice the other day, they were chatting about different like superpowers that you could possibly have and what would be, good. Would being able to maybe read people's minds, would that be a good one? Or there's another option in here that Ice enjoys the most. So let's give a listen.
Just have a better idea of what people may be thinking.
I don't want that superpower. Yeah. That's always been brought up. That's been proposed to me a couple times. Would you want to read people's minds or hear everything everybody's thinking? No, I don't want that.
You said you'd rather be invisible.
Oh, yeah.
You could go places.
Yes.
See things.
Be in some secretive rooms. No doubt. Being invisible to me is much better than reading minds.
Then you could pick and choose what you want to hear.
God. Could you imagine
what you want to see?
Where you could go?
Well, I can imagine a lot of things.
There's an old movie called Hollow Man.
It's actually quite a disturbing movie.
Kevin Bacon is in it, and he could get invisible, and he liked to look at the women in the shower. That's what he would do. Yeah, pretty sick.
Harry Potter had the invisibility cloak.
Had the cloak?
He put that on. I mean, maybe he did that. Maybe he looked at some of the Gryffindor babes in the shower, but they didn't put that in the movie.
Are they the good ones or the bad ones? Gryffindor, is that a good house or a bad house?
It's Harry and Hermione and Ron's house. It's a good house.
Oh, that's their house.
Yeah, that's their house.
Okay, that's
you don't want to be in that Slytherin house.
Slytherin.
That's where all
slimy,
those troublemakers are. That's right.
I think I know what my superpower would be.
What?
Snap your fingers and somebody just turns into dust.
Thanos.
Just killing people?
Thanos. Yes, Thanos. He had that cool glove. Anybody he thought of, he snaps a finger, they're just gone.
First of all, the whole reading the minds things and knowing what people think of you, I assume everybody hates me. I don't need to get it confirmed. All right? I don't need that confirmed. I don't want to know. So that's dumb. Invisibility, I would take that over reading minds. Food has no calories. Is that a superpower? Metabolism man.
Metabolism man. Metabolism man. That's right.
We need that, yeah.
I would take that.
Being fast, that seems like a lame superpower, right? Just like
what about teleportation? That's better than fast because then it's just there. You think about it, you're there.
Teleportation man.
I'm
a like to take a drive though.
Can I tell you something? I can still take my drives if I want to, but if I'm a little warm during the commercial break, which I was just then, boop, Swiss Alps for a little refresh for 5 minutes, and then I'm back.
Could you imagine?
I got the big Ricola blowy thing. Ricola.
What is that thing called?
A blowy thing.
Like a Matterhorn or something?
I don't know what it is. Teddy, what's your superpower?
I really like that teleportation.
Oh, yeah.
I might steal that. That's pretty good.
You can live anywhere. You can visit anywhere you want to. You pop to a restaurant in Tokyo for lunch. You pop right back. What's the problem? That's beautiful.
I mean, to be the Man of Steel, and just sort of be, super strength and people shoot at you and bullets bounce off
Well,
of you.
that's fine, but I'm
That'd
just
be pretty
saying,
cool too.
you can get arrested and they can't hold you in jail. You just pop right out, teleport right out.
I feel like you just went past flying with teleportation. What you don't need to
fly.
Flying, I feel like it would be awesome though. Just like Superman just flying.
What if you're getting nauseous,
though,
and you're flying? You just throw up all the time.
Superman needs Dramamine.
Yes. I would be the one that's vomiting all over the place.
More Too Hot with Teddy coming up next. Common Man and Timmy on the Fan.
Fan Traffic.
Sponsored by Meister's Bar and Pizza in Grandview.
We've got an accident that's on McNaughton Road, north of East Livingston Avenue. That's causing some holdup there. And there's a 5-minute slowdown on northbound 71 on the north side between East Broad Street and 5th Avenue. This report is sponsored by the Crohn's and Colitis Foundation. The Crohn's and Colitis Foundation has been at the forefront of inflammatory bowel disease research and care for over 50 years. Learn more about research, education, and support at Crohn'sColitisFoundation.org. I'm Nicole for 97.1 The Fan Traffic.
With rates as low as 8.99% APR, now is the perfect time to save your summer with a debt consolidation loan from BMI Federal Credit Union. Visit bmifcu.org/consolidate.
Introducing Ice Cream Quakes from UDF. Big chunks of your favorite candies and cookies blended with real hand-dipped UDF ice cream. We'll say that again. Real hand-dipped UDF ice cream. Pick your flavor, pick your mix-ins, or try one of our featured recipes. And get an ice cream quake made the way you want. Real creamy, real chunky, real. Ice Cream Quakes, new from United Dairy Farmers.
Going up. Prices keep going up these days. It feels like being on an elevator that only goes up. Going up. But not at Metro. We're pushing the down button. Going down. We've lowered prices. Get one line of 5G data for $40, period. That's 20% lower. And you get a free Samsung 5G phone when you bring your number. Only at Metro.
5-year guarantee on eligible plans. Exclusions apply. See website for details. Not available at Metro with T-Mobile in the past 6 months. Tax applies.
Sometimes I hear a sparkling sound.
Like when we say, all you have to do is point?
There it is.
That's the sound of magic happening.
Magic like we can come the day you call us? Wow.
Call 1-800-GOT-JUNK or visit 1-800-GOT-JUNK.com.
It's Leslie from Pella Columbus.
I'm Wilson from that other window place. Leslie, what's that hot lamp against your window for?
Pella windows are tested up to 160 degrees Wilson to ensure efficiency and the lowest energy bills possible, even in the craziest of temperatures. Put your hand on there.
All right. God, that's hot.
On the window, Wilson.
Oh, hey, that is quite nice and cool. So I'm going to go grab some ice now.
Get the window that Columbus homeowners rated #1 for innovation at PellaColumbus.com.
When life is on hold due to a painful injury or condition, every day counts. Start the path to recovery now with Central Ohio's most trusted team of orthopedic experts. Start with orthopedic1.com.
This is This Date in Reds Baseball with team historian Greg Rhodes.
Hey, it's June 12th, and it's the end of the baseball season. What's that? June 12th? Well, that was almost the case in 1981 when Major League Baseball players went on strike on this date. The strike went on, and no one knew if the season would ever be finished. But finally, on August 10th, the season resumed, and baseball decided it would split the season in two. One half before the strike and one after. And so each division would have 2 winners. Unfortunately, that arrangement was a disaster for the Reds, who had the best overall record, but finished second in both halves of the season and wound up missing the playoffs. All the result of the June 12th strike, this date in Reds baseball.
This Date in Reds Baseball is brought to you by the Cincinnati Reds Hall of Fame and Museum, presented by Dinsmore. Celebrating greatness, preserving history, providing inspiration.
Can't get enough of your favorite fan content? Good news, we're on all the digitals. Follow 971 The Fan on X, Facebook, YouTube, The Talk, and Gram. Your digital home for endless shenanigans. The Fan.
Watching Clorox cleanup spray dissolve tough grime in the shower feels like...
Wait, this really just happened? I'm shocked. Underwear and everything?
It feels like being able to zip up your overpacked suitcase on the first try.
Smooth.
With Clorox, clean feels satisfying. Clean feels good. Use as directed.
Thy ticket, Lady Jennifer of Coolidge.
Well, many thanks, good sir. Here'th my Discover card.
They accept Discover at Renaissance fairs?
Yeah, they do here. Discover's accepted at the places I love to shop. Getteth with the times.
With the times? You're playing the lute.
Yeah, and it sounds pretty good, right?
Discover is accepted at 99% of places that take credit cards nationwide. Based on the February 2024 Nielsen report.
Want to know anything about the Fans contest, how to win, or what's up for grabs? Check out 971thefan.com. The Fan, Ohio's sports destination.
A show with copious amounts of fart sounds. Emphasis on copious.
Oh no, I get a fart, but I don't know which way to lean.
This is Man and Timmy.
Timmy, it's hot out. You know what I have waiting for me in the freezer when I get home?
I think I do.
Oh, a frosty mug. You know what I'm going to put inside that frosty mug?
I do.
Some ice cold Chores Light. Maybe some ice chippies in my ice cold Chores Light. Woo! My nipples get hard. The mountains are blue.
Frost brewed.
That's the way to unwind on a hot, hot day. Maybe I go out back and check on my herb garden. The basil's almost ready for some harvest. Ice cold Chores Light. Is this an ad? You bet your ass it is. 21 means 21. Please drink responsibly.
Also tell them about how your putting is improving this week because we have a little Chores Light putting game that we play.
We try and hit the can with the ball. And I hit a good, what would you say? That was a
18-footer?
15-footer, 18?
We're going back almost to Fishy's office door now.
Yeah.
We've been extending. We're almost maxed out for how long of a putt that we could hit. And
we can make it more difficult. We can move that can around.
We're going to move that can around and try to hit like a 40-footer or so. I saw Scotty Scheffler had a little birdie. He's holding steady at 1 over par at the U.S. Open.
We are in the middle of Too Hot with Teddy. Teddy plays sound from other shows, podcasts, whatever. We have never heard it before. We react. Go ahead, Teddy.
All right, tonight's game 4 of the Stanley Cup Finals. And the other night, the Adam King of the local news there in Miami, he interviewed this 9-year-old girl, and she was a big fan of the on-ice fighting, actually, that was going on. So let's give this a listen.
Okay, peel back the curtain a little bit. We interviewed 9-year-old Sophia here before the game, and I asked her what her favorite part of Florida Panthers games are. Sophia, what is your favorite part of Panthers game?
The fighting.
The fighting. Okay, so now I have to ask you, now that it has become the big story from this game, what did you think about the fighting, especially in that third period?
It was really good, and I really liked how they punched each other a lot.
Yes!
Beautiful.
Yes!
My daughter and her
One
could
of
be
us.
friends because Samantha likes the fighting as well. She'll say every single time they start pushing and shoving and fighting, "Oh, those boys." Yes, those stupid boys. You're not allowed to do that. You don't do that. But those stupid boys.
We like to fight. We like watching fights. I don't think that's something that you're ever going to take out of human beings.
Want to know why? Because it's almost like we're very flawed creatures.
It really is. I mean, why do you think the UFC and WWE are worth $10 billion or whatever it is? Yeah.
All right, Teddy.
All right, now, Charles Barkley, even though the TNT guys are done, he's working for NBA TV at the finals.
Mm-hmm.
And they asked him about the Knicks and how their coaching search is going off the rails a bit. So here's what he had to say about the Knicks job.
The Knicks got to be the stupidest damn people in the world. Like, you don't fire no good coach like that and don't have a plan. I mean, Tibbs did a hell of a job. Obviously, something's going on there, but you don't have a plan. And now the 3 coaches turn you down. You got to have a plan, man. And they don't have a plan now. I mean, I don't know what the hell they're going to do.
It's not even really any analysis about the coaching search. It's just how dumb they are to let go of a coach like that took them to the Eastern Conference Finals.
If you're going to make a move like that, we saw that with, the Dallas Stars. And then 4 days later, they have the coach that they wanted.
Yep.
Right? And they make the hire.
Right.
If you're going to make a move like that, if you're going to fire Tom Thibodeau like that, then you have a name and a guy who you've talked to off the record saying, hey, if this job were to become available, would you be interested in it? You don't fire a guy like that and then just go through the Rolodex and say, hey, what do you think? That's dumb. That's flailing.
Every organization that they've been asking has been declining. They've been putting up the stiff arm. No, you may not talk to our coach.
Well, why wouldn't you?
I mean, I would.
Why do I want to help out the New York Knicks? No, these are people that I pay. They're under contract to me. No, you may not talk to them.
You're not coming to get this guy.
Any more, Teddy? What do you got?
I do have one more.
All right, go ahead.
Tyvus did want to say that he's leaving and he loves you guys.
Tyvus, you're my guy.
Thank you, Tyvus.
Go spray that Chia Pet hair.
Have a great day, Tyvus. You got your water bottle there.
He can't scratch his head because he's got the hair plug, so he's got a little spray bottle that he squirts his hair with. I guess that resolves the itch.
I'm surprised that Tyvus even cares about itching. I would think he's just so laser focused. Something can itch to high heaven, and I'm not going to scratch it. All right. His water bottle.
I do have one left here. It's Mike Tannenbaum, who was on First Take. I know that's your guys' favorite show. And he was talking about Aaron Rodgers.
I'll make a bold prediction, Greeny. Let me hear it. I think Aaron Rodgers is going to be irrelevant by Thanksgiving.
Irrelevant?
Irrelevant.
Wow.
Irrelevant.
By Thanksgiving?
Oh, yeah. A non-playoff team, a 42-year-old quarterback who's a legend that's going off into the sunset.
Cosign.
Yeah, me too.
Cosign.
Me too.
And the Steeler fans will send me angry emails now. I don't care.
Greenberg sounded just shocked that it could be a bad season for Aaron Rodgers. Despite why does anyone think that Aaron Rodgers is going to be outstanding?
Hasn't
for
played
the Steelers?
meaningful football in 2 years, and he's
done.
41 years old.
Yeah, I don't understand how anyone can expect something good from Aaron Rodgers at this point.
Now, the only thing that you can say is that the Steelers are just a good foundational roster, and the nature of their defense, they will be in a lot of games. They will win some games maybe they shouldn't win. That's fair. This was a, air quote, playoff team last year, and they also didn't get very good quarterback play. So if Aaron Rodgers can come in there and play decent football, they can be a playoff team. But I don't even know if he's capable of playing decent football. We all seem to think that Aaron Rodgers will just stand in that pocket and throw those tight spirals, and DK Metcalf will run off into the sunset.
Mm-hmm.
I don't believe that. I really don't. I don't think at this point in his career he is even an average NFL quarterback. I think he's a below average guy.
I think you take a look at what Peyton Manning did his final season with the Denver Broncos, right? I'm not fully sure what his numbers were, but I think he had more interceptions than touchdown passes in that last season.
He was benched.
Was he benched for Brock?
Osweiler.
Brock couldn't find his helmet, though. He was on the sideline that one time, and Peyton just stayed in the football game. But he had a world-class defense, and that's the way that they got the job done. To a point, the Steelers have a good defense. TJ Watt wants a new contract. He's staying away from mandatory minicamps right now. I've just been so put off by the last couple of seasons of Aaron Rodgers and him taking his time in the off seasons, not wanting to get going when everybody else is getting going. So,
well, and he just criticized. It's the two-face aspect of it, where he's at the podium. You know, if there's some leaks in the Jets organization, doesn't like it. This nonsense stops. And we're focused on football. Now, hold on. I got to be vice president and go talk to Joe Rogan. What are we talking about, dummy?
Yeah, you're the king of distractions. And then on the other side of your mouth, you're going to talk about when other people do it.
Sports is a hard business. I'll prove it to you again coming up next. Common Man and Timmy on The Fan.
Fan Traffic.
Sponsored by Meister's Bar and Pizza in Grandview.
We've got an accident on the right shoulder of southbound 71 on the north side after 670, causing some traffic to slow down there. And there's a 10-minute delay on southbound 315 from Lane Avenue to Town Street. This report is sponsored by rrfoundationspecialist.com. A strong home is built on a strong foundation. Family-owned R&R Foundation Specialist specializes in sinking foundations, concrete slabs, leaning walls and chimneys, waterproofing, drainage, and more. Get a free estimate at rrfoundationspecialist.com. I'm Nicole for 97.1 The Fan Traffic.
We've all got our daydreams, right? Little things, big things, things you know one day you'll do. Then, out of nowhere, cancer. And all your plans don't change a bit. I would know. I'm about to jump out of an airplane with my dad. Our first time skydiving solo. And my second year since starting cancer treatment at Ohio Health. All right, Dad, let's go. You keep making plans.
Visit ohiohealth.com/keepmakingplans.
Jeremy Foltz,
CEO and co-founder of 3C Technology Solutions, speaks about working with First Bank of Central Ohio.
I think FBCO had a really nice personal touch. Transition was really easy and much cleaner than I thought it would be. Some very specific things that made me very excited to work with them are availability and creativity.
Experience what it's like to be first at First Bank of Central Ohio. Visit fbcentralohio.com for more details. Member FDIC, an equal housing lender.
This summer, Giant Eagle is making a big splash with the Carefree Summer Sweepstakes and your chance to win free groceries for a year. This June, just spend $10 or more shopping for backyard barbecues, road trip essentials, campfire treats, and everything in between. Then swipe your loyalty card for your chance to win. Only at Giant Eagle. No purchase necessary. Sweepstakes ends 6/30/25. For official rules, visit gianteaglecarefreesweeps.com.
Hey there, friends. Bo Bishop here, and so are the summer savings at RCD RV. Don't miss RCD RV's summer kickoff sale running June 7th through the 21st. New RVs starting as low as $12,995. Now's the time to make a splash this summer. Hurry in. Those deals will not last long. Find unbeatable savings, unforgettable fun, and everything you need to hit the road at rcdrv.com. Visit our locations, Delaware, Heath, and Pataskala, or shop online anytime at rcdrv.com.
Hey, what's up? It's T-Bone letting you know that Getchy's Amish Country Furnishings in Dublin has everything you need for your backyard this summer. They've got a huge selection of poly outdoor furniture built to last, never needs refinished, perfect for the lazy among us. Want to get the kids outside? Getchy's Amish Country Furnishings has quality-built play sets that you can configure any way you like. Plus, Getchy's Amish Country Furnishings is your trusted source for Weaver Barns in Central Ohio. Getchy's Amish Country Furnishings in Dublin or online at AmishCountryFurnishings.com. And, of course, tell them T-Bone sent you.
Get blockbuster savings at Coughlin Ford. 5-time winner of the Ford President's Award. Get employee pricing on new F-150s. 10 grand off MSRP on new 25s or 13 grand off new 24 models. Shop the fastest growing Ford dealership in Central Ohio. From America, for America. Visit CoughlinFord.com.
Based on YTD sales and ground stock. All factory rebates to dealer. All prior sales excluded. In-stock units only. Must finance through Ford Motor Credit. Not all will qualify. No security deposit required. Residency restrictions may apply. See dealer for details. N7725.
Sun, splashes, and nonstop fun await at Zoombezi Bay.
Get your 2025 season pass for unlimited thrills,
including our all-new conservation tower. Buy now at ZoombeziBay.com.
Hey, it's Anthony for my friends at Germain Honda of Dublin. Summer savings, Rich is backing it up. He has rates as low as 0% and leases starting from $249 a month. How about a 25 Honda HR-V LX CVT two-wheel drive? Lease it for only $259 a month. 36 months, 30,000 miles with only $30.39 down. And all trades deserve a sweetener. He's giving you an extra $1,000 for yours. See them for all the details. Germain Honda of Dublin, Sawmill Road, just south of 270.
I'm an old school Joe. I never lay juice I don't want to lay. I don't hate my money like that. I'd rather lay minus 108 than minus 110, wouldn't you? Prime Sports is Ohio's full-time reduced juice sports book. Download the Prime Sports Ohio app or visit our website, primesportsbook.com. Get a welcome bonus to match your initial deposit up to $400 in bonus bets. And be a member of the Prime Sports family.
Terms and conditions apply. Visit website for details. Must be 21 and present in Ohio. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Lanny went to college and racked up huge debt.
A little bit over $100,000.
For a degree he couldn't use? Now what?
I had a friend that went to my computer career.
They even helped him get hired immediately after graduation.
One of the things I love about IT is that you can work from anywhere you want.
You could become an IT pro in just months, including cybersecurity and the basics of AI with zero experience at mycomputercareer.edu.
It worked for me, and I know it can work for you.
This is one student's experience. Individual results vary.
If your garage door is moodier than your emo teenager after a breakup, we are Deluxe Door Systems. For 30 years, we've fixed crappy garage doors, straightforward, honest, and for less than you think. DeluxeDoorSystems.com.
Broadcasting from the Lindsay Honda Studios.
Honda makes the cars. Lindsay makes the difference. Visit lindsayhonda.com.
WBNS-FM, HD1 Columbus. The Fan.
Sports Center.
Good afternoon. This is Paul Keels, a new leader in the opening round of the U.S. Open at Oakmont in Pittsburgh. Sungjae Im with back-to-back birdies now ahead of the field. He's at 5 under par, one stroke better than J.J. Spahn. Tristan Lawrence is at 3 under, as well as Matthew Pavon and Rasmus Niergaard Peterson trying to stay close. The Ohio High School Athletic Association today announced changes to the football playoff format. Now 12 teams rather than 16 qualify for each region. And the first 3 rounds of the playoffs will be hosted by higher-seeded teams. Game 4 of the NHL Stanley Cup Finals tonight. Edmonton at Florida. Panthers a 2-1 series lead. Edmonton will stick with Stuart Skinner in goal. Baseball, Columbus Clippers continue their series at Buffalo tonight. This update brought to you by BMI Federal Credit Union. Rates as low as 5.54% and a $400 cash bonus when you refinance your auto loan with BMI Federal Credit Union. Breaking sports news when it happens on The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
The #1 pizza expert and the #4 college basketball expert at the radio station.
Just from looking at your clothes and weight, I can tell you all watch a lot of free network television.
This is Man and Timmy.
Please subscribe to the podcast of This Stupid Show. It's available wherever you get your stupid podcasts. Just search Common Man and Timmy. Click. Subscribe. Every single show comes right to your device free of charge. The podcast is brought to you by our friends Care Heating and Cooling. Last night.
What did you do last night?
Sat on the couch, buddy. Cracked open a bag of Dots. Not the gummy candies, but the flavored pretzel sticks.
Yeah, they're delicious.
And some Daisy French onion. Yeah! Ooh, Ocho!
You know, that's a pretzel that's so good, you don't got to dip it in anything.
But if you do dip it.
It's dusty, too. It's got the seasoning on it.
I understand that. But it's enhanced by the dip. My God.
I was snacking on some delicious Walnut Creek pretzel sticks, salted pretzel sticks.
No flavoring on that, though. Did you dip?
I didn't dip.
No, you just dry. You just dry your pretzels like a lunatic.
Me and Jack were snacking on some dry pretzels. Delicious. So good.
What is with you and the dry pretzels?
What's wrong with a dry pretzel?
You
don't have to dip
snack.
Everything. I dip sometimes. I don't dip all the time.
You like a beer cheese or a nice stone ground mustard?
Yes, of course I do. Of course I like those.
You're just an animal. You just raw dog it.
I did last night. It's good. Sometimes you just want to.
No, you need to dip.
Sometimes your thirst is too quenched. You've been drinking so much water. You're drinking so much soda.
You
just
really want to
dry. I just want to dry it. I don't want my mouth to feel like the Sahara for a moment.
Did you see what my buddy was doing at the Vatican yesterday?
Little Popey? Little Popey?
You got any gum? Pope Leo wearing his White Sox hat at the Vatican. When I first saw it on the socials, I thought it was probably AI or Photoshop. But
Why? Why would it be AI?
Why not?
He's a White Sox fan.
I understand that, but why would it be AI? Because people sit in their basements. It's all they do. Oh, here's Kate Winslet jump roping with her own intestine. Why would anyone do it?
I thought the fact that you saw maybe the same photo 46 times on different threads from different outlets.
Yeah, because nobody reposts stuff. Anyway,
real.
It was real. It was fantastic.
Spectacular.
And I love these headlines like, oh, it's confirmed now. He's a White Sox fan. You mean it wasn't confirmed when he was on camera at the 2005 World Series wearing White Sox stuff? That wasn't confirmed then? He needed to put a hat on at the Vatican? Let me tell you something. White Sox fans don't just go away. You're cursed with that team for the rest of your life.
As it should be.
And then you die. A lonely, pathetic man.
When do you think they're ever going to win again? How long?
I mean, they got the Pope on their side.
Yeah.
Reinsdorf's going to sell it.
Think he could do something?
You got
Pope could get this thing turned around?
Oh, Popey.
Yeah.
If anybody can get it turned around, it's Pope Leo. I'm still waiting for my shirt to get out of the wash.
First American.
So I can wear my Pope shirt.
What's the deal with this? Still waiting. What are you talking about?
I don't
You're being lazy with your Pope shirt.
We have different chores around the house, okay? This is not a man-woman thing. It's just that laundry falls under Kristen's purview. She only does the whites once a week, and it's normally on a Friday or a Saturday, and I put it in there at the end of a wash cycle. Now I got to wait till the next one for her to do it. It's still in the hamper.
Well, if it's something that you really want to be done,
I don't do the laundry.
Why don't you just change the cycle for this one time?
It's not my job.
Get your hands dirty and go and wash the damn shirt.
No, it's not my job.
Wash a few other articles of clothing.
We have our jobs. We stay in our lanes.
So what are some of the jobs that are yours? I like the division of power.
Okay.
Like we should share chores. That's how it should be done. What are yours then?
Cookie.
You cook.
I do all the cooking.
All the cooking.
Kristen doesn't cook.
Okay.
She will bake with the kid once in a while, just like, some brownies and stuff like that, but she does not cook. I cook.
No cooking.
I do garbage. I take out garbage.
Just take out the trash to the garbage can?
Well, there's more to it. There's breaking down boxes. Oh. There's all sorts of things.
There's more
We're
to
not
it.
animals.
There's breaking down boxes.
Sometimes you get a lot of boxes, which we have a lot of things shipped to the house. It takes a long time out there.
What do you use for that? You got a Stanley blade? What do you
I got a good pair of kitchen shears that I...
No, you know what to use the kitchen shears.
Very good, very sharp.
Get you a Stanley blade.
No, I don't want a blade.
That's what you need. You don't want to dull up your nice kitchen shears. I knew you were going to use your shears.
I vacuum the lower level.
I vacuum almost every day.
She vacuums the bedrooms upstairs. I take care of all the wood floor vacuuming. She takes care of the soft
She's uppers,
carpet.
you're downers.
That's right.
Okay.
She does the laundry, as I mentioned. She does the dishes. I do all of the outside gardening when necessary.
I love the way you said the gardening.
The gardening. I have my herb garden.
Yeah.
I tend to my herbs.
Haven't seen many of those herbs.
It's
in a
not.
while.
It hasn't flourished yet.
Oh, no flourish?
Give me some time. It's early June.
What are we looking at? Mid-July?
No,
for
by
good herbs?
Give me 2 more weeks and I'll have a good harvest for you. I'll get you a nice little selection.
I love it.
We're doing jalapeno peppers in the garden this year too.
Fresh jalapeno peppers.
I just saw the first little one start to little pee-pee start to plunge out of there.
What are your favorite little quick things going to be with the jalapeno peppers? Like what are you gonna use?
Oh, I'll use them for everything. But like tonight, we're having carnitas tacos.
Yeah.
That would be something that I would use in there.
Just dice them up.
Just or
fresh?
you can even do your own pickle.
Make a little pickle.
You can pickle your own hollies.
Yeah.
Tastes much different than the ones you buy at the store.
All right, you gotta.
So I mean, we're spreading duties around here.
I'm impressed. You do a lot of chores. I knew that about you because you're a neat guy. I think if you lived alone, you would have one of the cleanest. You would have the most immaculate home, maybe in the entire United States.
When I was a single guy,
if you had nothing, there wouldn't be because you have no pets.
I'm telling you, when I was a single guy, and I would have the young ladies that come up to my apartment for the first time, they'd be amazed at how clean it was.
I bet.
And I'm convinced that my cleanliness got me some poon.
Did they help you defile it?
Got me some poon. They're like, this guy's so clean. I got to make him dirty.
I will never forget the sty of an apartment that I went to. There was a period of time where I had taken my job in Raleigh, and we had planned on continuing our relationship. That was the plan. Things were good.
Affair.
The love affair was going to continue on. She had some school to finish up. I was already looking for work and looking to take like my first full-time gig. So I was still in the Kansas City area. She was still finishing nursing school. I'm like, hey, I got this opportunity in Raleigh. I think I got to go. You've got about 4 months left. Can we make this work? She's like, yep, absolutely. So I needed a sublease. I needed to find a place to sort of buy time until we got our own thing and we're going to move in together like heathens before we got married. So I'm looking around. I go to a couple of places. She's actually out visiting me when I went to this one place. I cannot describe to you the fact that somebody would actually put a posting up and announce to the city in the papers, on the classifieds, whatever, wherever you look to go and rent.com, whatever. The fact that you felt comfortable having people come to your apartment in that kind of condition, you could not see the floor. I'm not lying. You couldn't see the floor. Picture the dirtiest place you've ever seen in your life when you're watching Hoarders or God knows what, and it was dirtier than that.
Come on, man.
And to this day, I hate myself for not telling it right to his face. And he just had this whimsy attitude like, oh, so do you like it? And I hate myself for not being honest and truthful to him and just telling him, what are you doing?
What do you think? You're going to change this guy's life? He clearly has no common sense.
Obviously.
You're not going to change him.
The fact that I walked around in that place for 5-10 minutes.
Why? Why did you do that? You just left.
He's like, here's our kitchen.
I'm sorry, I gotta go.
You couldn't see the counter.
I just got paged. I'm doing the surgery.
They were like,
are you a doctor? No.
And no.
No, I'm not.
No.
I like to watch the surgery.
So
you rot.
I got rot.
I gotta go, man.
Better get to it.
Those gutters.
Chia Pet. Gotta go.
Tyvis squirts his hair. What's that, sir? Yeah, gotta go. Got rot.
Gotta see him.
All right, I'm gonna pay off on my tease, I swear to God. Coming up next, sports is hard. I'll tell you why. Common Man and Timmy on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
Sponsored by Meister's Bar and Pizza in Grandview.
If you're driving on westbound 33 after Gender Road, we've got an accident there that's on the right shoulder. Police and wrecker are on scene, causing some extra delay there. And there's a 5-minute slowdown on westbound 270 from the North Outer Belt between 161 and Cleveland Avenue. This report is sponsored by rrfoundationspecialist.com. Secure your building's future with R&R Foundation Specialist. From sinking foundations, leaning walls, waterproofing, and more. Now serving Columbus, Ohio. Get a no-obligation estimate at rrfoundationspecialist.com. That's rrfoundationspecialist.com. I'm Nicole for 97.1 The Fan Traffic.
Rates as low as 5.54% APR and a $400 cash bonus when you refinance your auto loan with BMI Federal Credit Union. Visit bmifcu.org/refinance.
Hey, what's up? It's T-Bone. Summer is officially here, and that means rising temperatures. You're going to be thinking about how you can keep cool all summer long. What's the best plan here? Well, one of the ways you can beat the heat and keep the air conditioning you're paying for in your home is to get Window Nation's energy-efficient vinyl windows. And now's a great time to do it. They've got a semi-annual sale where you buy 4 windows, you get 4 windows for free. Plus a free entry door when you purchase a whole house full of windows. No money down, no interest, no monthly payments until 2027. It's a deal that can't be beat. You're getting a great deal from Window Nation because they are high-efficiency windows that are also very affordable. They do that by working directly with the top window manufacturers in the country, which means all their windows are assembled right here in the USA. But don't wait on that semi-annual sale. You buy 4 windows, you get 4 windows free. Free entry door when you purchase a house full of windows, plus pay nothing until 2027. You've got to schedule your estimate today. Call 866-90NATION or visit windownation.com. Once again, that number, 866-90NATION or windownation.com.
Joining us on this episode are real Spectrum customers, Monique and Greg. We hear your family is a big fan of Spectrum.
Family of 4, we have about 18 devices last time I counted.
2 teams require a lot of speed. Everything they do is online.
There's gaming, there's streaming. Spectrum is perfect for us. I mean, it just seamlessly connects all our devices with lightning speed.
Sounds like Spectrum is really committed to keeping you connected.
It's amazing.
Ben Sadler, Assistant Vice President, Commercial Lending, on what makes First Bank of Central Ohio successful.
What we do as a community bank is really, listening to, that company, finding the solutions that best need their business and is not just a universal product that you could get anywhere else.
Experience what it's like to be first at First Bank of Central Ohio. Visit fbcentralohio.com for more details. Member FDIC, an equal housing lender.
This just in from the Lindsay Honda Newsroom. It's our big anniversary sale. 0% for up to 60 months has been extended on all new Hondas. Drive a new 2025 CR-V LX all-wheel drive with 0% financing.
Lower your rate, lower your payment.
Save thousands on hundreds of new Hondas when you buy now.
With so many Hondas, why would you go anywhere else?
Shop the big, the beautiful Lindsay Honda now. Visit lindsayhonda.com for details.
Hey, it's Bobby Carpenter. Celebrate Father's Day and update your lawn with a little help from Ohio Mulch. Whether it's fresh mulch, rich soil, or expert lawn care products, a beautiful landscape, well, it begins with Ohio Mulch. Right now, get 5 bags of mulch or soil for just $10.95. Make your weekend project easier in the yard. Well, it'll be the envy of the block. Visit ohiomulch.com or stop by your local store. Happy Father's Day to all the dads out there from your friends at Ohio Mulch.
Ohio Mulch, landscape supply. Cleaner, greener, better.
After an audit of our programming, the suits here at The Fan decided we needed more baseball. And that Common Man is stupid. Good news, we fixed one of those problems. Catch the Reds on The Fan all season long. Yay, baseball.
Hello, it's John Kozik, founder and president of TurboTrack Realty. Do you want to sell your property, however, you need a little help getting through the process? Let's say you have years of belongings in the home. It needs a lot of updating, you're overwhelmed, and you may need help finding a place to go. I will help you. Visit us today at TurboTrackRealty.com or call me now for an all-cash offer and, more importantly, the help you need at 614-470-2000, 614-470-2000.
This is the sound of a popular American motorcycle. It's the sound of freedom, the open road, really good times. And this is what it sounds like with a drunk guy in it. How do you like the sound of that? Cops are cracking down on drunk motorcycle riders. If you ride drunk, you will get caught and you will get arrested. Drunk riding. Over the limit, under arrest. Paid for by the U.S. Department of Transportation.
With Amazon Business, smart business buying tools enable buyers to find and purchase items fast. Free up your teams and focus on your future. Learn more at amazonbusiness.com.
Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
Hazy, hot, and humid, and an air quality alert through the end of the day on this Thursday. Temperatures in the upper 80s, down to the upper 60s by Friday morning, and dry. And after a hazy start, we'll see the slight chance of a late day shower or storm. More clouds than sun on Friday, and highs in the mid-80s. With your 10 weather impact forecast, I'm Chief Meteorologist Jerry Martz on The Fan.
The ESPN Bet Sportsbook at Hollywood Casino Columbus is the official sportsbook of Common Man and Timmy. Weekdays at 3. The Fan.
Their favorite basketball players are Leaky Black and Grady Dick.
That is childish nonsense.
You're listening to Common Man and Timmy.
This dumb show brought to you by the Hinder Motor Company. All right, I'm going to tell you why sports is hard, but after I get to this story, remind me to come back to Dom Tiberi wall twerking. Okay?
I almost don't believe it.
Dom Tiberi grinding his ace on a wall, which is something that just apparently happened.
I don't think I'm going to have to remind you.
Speaking of ace, Gabby Thomas. Gabby Thomas and other track superstars have been performing in something called Grand Slam Track. It is a new sports venture this year founded by Michael Johnson.
Yeah, we talked about this. She had the idiot fan at the Philadelphia event that they banned from FanDuel, which was cool.
So the whole thing about this was track stars travel the country, and Grand Slam of track, like the Grand Slam in golf and tennis, it's 4 events, and $12.6 million in prize money was promised for this first season. They raised $30 million in funds to start up this new venture. They had one more. They did events in Kingston, Jamaica, Miami, and Philadelphia. They had one more set to go in Los Angeles later this month, and they have canceled it.
Already done, huh?
Because I guess they just don't have the money to do it.
Oh, man.
Or it hasn't sold the tickets they thought it was going to sell. And I take no joy in this. I actually think it's fun that you have these Olympians traveling the country and maybe going to places they don't normally go. If they were to come here, I'd be very excited to go check it out. Not just because I'm a hornball for Gabby, but because I respect the sport. But clearly, they're struggling financially, and they feel like they can save some money by not doing the final event.
Now, look, this is, you bring that into what's going on here with college sports. And Ross Bjork and Ohio State, they're saying that they're committed to, maintaining academics and athletics, keeping those things together. We've talked about, a vision. Could it get to a point someday where football is so professionalized? Does maybe even the academic side become optional, and you're just sort of employees? You can choose to go and play there, wear the uniform, but that's
they're public
where
relations.
we are today.
They're ambassadors for the school.
Yeah. Say that's about the extent of it in the future. Or maybe it's your choice. You still can be a part of the university if you're a mid-level football player. You may be one of the backups, and you still care about that. They did have their best academic progress rate ever. I think that's interesting, just for whatever reason, that the football team has so many unbelievable athletes that are going on to star-studded careers in the NFL, and they had a perfect APR rate this past cycle. But you think about 36 sports that they have. There's going to become a point in time, whether they like it or not. And it's like you just said, you take no joy in seeing that this track and field venture fizzled out before the final event in its first season. It's just how many sports can we consume as Americans where it can be a good business model? We can't even, too much football doesn't even work.
We've seen it.
You have to put. We're
living in it now. It's called the UFL.
Teddy's the only one that watches it.
He's not even watching. He's full of crap.
But that's it. You got to put a stop to football.
Who's playing in the championship this week, Teddy?
You have the DC Defenders taking on the Michigan Panthers.
Who's the top guys in this league right now? Who do we got? I saw
name players.
I saw Puka Nakua's brother is in the league.
He's the top.
Yeah.
Get out of here. Turn your microphone off. You're officially useless.
I think there's a couple of former NFL backup quarterbacks that are slinging it, but the stats aren't that great. Like the top guy, I think, has thrown for maybe 16 touchdown passes. They don't have the number of games, obviously, but
no. But your point is valid. How much time and money do we have?
And this is why guys like you and me, we really respect the Olympics, and we get up for the Olympics because it really is the time where sports that never get their day in the sun to be in front of us on a nationally televised platform. It takes over. I appreciate how gymnastics wins at the Olympics. Swimming wins at the Olympics. Track and field wins at the Olympics. That is cool to me. I don't need to see so many of these sports like baseball they're trying to bring back. Basketball, I get it. It goes back a ways. We're the dream team, and that wins too, but I don't really need to see basketball. It is a global sport. We play the best basketball in the world here in the NBA. We talked about that. Is it okay to say you're world champs when you win? Yes. I want to see those other sports where
I'm with you, but I feel like most people disagree with us. Here's an example of that. So we're going, me and the girls, we're going to the Winter Olympics in Milan in February.
I love how you're going to that.
We are going. I have no idea how they talked me into this, but we're going, and I have no money to send the kid to college anymore because this is just a ridiculous trip.
This is it. Is this going to be, are you going to try to jam this into just 1 week, or is this going to have to dip into a second week?
No. It's only like 4 or 5 days.
Ooh,
that's all it is. But we bought tickets to some different events.
Yeah.
Right? And you pay out the ass to do it, but you know, like they offered us, like, you want hockey tickets. And I'm sure most people would leap at the hockey tickets.
Can I guess?
I turned them down.
Can I guess? How many different events are we seeing?
3.
3 events. I'm going to guess. I'm going to say
we're staying in Milan too. We're not going to skiing or anything like that.
Okay. Well, all right. That's out. I don't know like what all areas are hosting certain events this far out anyway. I'm going to say short track speed skating.
You're exactly right.
Yeah, all right. Good.
I have short track speed skating. I have long track speed skating, and we have tickets to the gold medal night of pairs figure skating.
Skating.
Yes.
Okay.
We have that. And I was offered, hockey, and I turned it down. And Chris was like, why? You like hockey? I do like hockey. I'm not going to Milan to watch hockey.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I can watch the best hockey in the world over at Nationwide Arena.
I respect it. You know, I was coming at this through a different lens. I just so happened to be placed in Utah at a very opportune time where I didn't want to go to Utah. I had to move because my dad took a job out there. That's the way life works.
Wants to go to Utah.
But you know what? It was 2002, and we moved there in 2001, and the Winter Olympics were right on their way. So
what'd you see?
That was a pretty cool experience. And I too saw short track speed skating. Apollo Anton Ono was a star in that sport. He's the guy that he yawns. Apollo Anton Ono yawns to get ready for.
There are swimmers that do that too.
Yeah, it's just something that sort of helps regulate him and gets like the bad oxygen out, and it just relaxes or whatever. He'd be out there like skating around before the track or on the track, yawning, ready to do it. And he won a couple of golds at those games. And the other thing was I would have wanted to go to hockey at that time in my life. I'm glad that we didn't, because instead we got to see a different part of northern Utah, because they had Salt Lake City, for a lot of the stuff. The Delta Center was there for hockey and the track for short track speed skating and figure skating. And then Park City, Utah, which people know, very popular spot out there. I think that might be where the Bulls were staying, where the pizza spot was that maybe poisoned Michael Jordan. That myth, there's a story there somewhere.
It's not a myth. He was poisoned.
Well, I think that's where the pizza spot was, like in that town. I think that's where they were staying. And they have the Olympic Park, which is still there today. They built it in that spot. Some of the ski resorts are there. So we did bobsled. And bobsledding is not one of those sports where you can really watch it all, but the experience of just being out there, the chill in the air, wearing your coats all bundled up, and to hear all the people with the cowbells, and just to catch the 5-second glimpse of the sled making its way down whatever spot you choose to stand near, and then rips on past you. It was pretty cool. So short track speed skating and bobsledding is what we checked out.
I actually just had to pay for the second part of this trip this week.
Oh, installments?
Well, you have to pay the first chunk. It's 50% up front.
Are we just talking tickets? Is that it?
This is tickets and hotel.
Okay.
Because it's together in a package.
It's a Olympic package.
Getting there is our responsibility. We have to book our own flights. That's not included in that.
How far out do you think?
We've already done it.
Okay, I was going to say it's June. We're less than a year away.
And of course, because the entire world is going to Milan.
These were like the Scotland tickets when the Open Championship was there.
You're not getting any fly anywhere like Southwest fares. And if you know, my wife is very low maintenance with most things, okay? Travel is not one of them.
Oh, my God.
So when she flies...
You're not even just getting coach tickets either.
We have to fly business class or she won't go.
Oh, my God.
And so there's that. And if you had any idea, I'm telling you, this kid's not going to go to college.
I have an idea.
You don't. Whatever idea you think is wrong.
Can I...
No.
You wouldn't even feel great about me saying it.
I'm ashamed of it.
I know it's.
I'm ashamed of it.
Let's just say it's a nice car.
Yeah. Jim Harbaugh is consulting with the wrong doctors. We'll talk about it in 2 minutes. Common Man and Timmy on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
Sponsored by Meister's Bar and Pizza in Grandview.
You're looking at a 10-minute slowdown due to a disabled vehicle that's blocking the center lane. If you're on eastbound 70 on the west side, between Mound Street and 315, it is stop and go from West Broad Street. And there's a small delay on northbound 270 on the East Outer Belt between Easton Way and 161. This report is sponsored by the Crohn's and Colitis Foundation. The Crohn's and Colitis Foundation has been at the forefront of inflammatory bowel disease research and care for over 50 years. Learn more about research, education, and support at Crohn'sColitisFoundation.org. I'm Nicole for 97.1 The Fan Traffic.
Road trip! This summer at Tire Discounters, your tires are your passport to savings because you're driving to Paris,
Texas,
then it's off to Rome,
Georgia,
and you'll be kissing the Blarney Stone in Dublin,
Ohio.
Right now, save up to $434 when you buy 4 tires, and that includes a free alignment and oil change. Stop at Tire Discounters before you see the world.
With over 33 years in business, Newman Roofing believes white glove services shouldn't be a thing of the past. From the first call, you'll be greeted with friendly professionals to answer all your questions. Special financing options available now, so call Newman Roofing today at 614-NEW-ROOF or visit newmanroofing.com.
We've all got it, you know, that one crazy thing you've always wanted to do, that bucket list goal. Then a cancer diagnosis, and that one thing still goes according to plan. I would know. I'm getting my first tattoo right now, while my 3 beautiful daughters laugh hysterically at me. 58 years old, 4 years of cancer-free checkups at Ohio Health. Go ahead and get a picture, girls. You keep making plans.
Visit ohiohealth.com/keepmakingplans.
Don't sweat it. Call Care Heating and Cooling, and we'll fix your air conditioner fast. 1-800-COOLING.
Common Man and Timmy is sponsored by Hinderer Motorsports. Listen every weekday from 3 to 6. They're good, clean boys. The Fan.
One watches QVC religiously. The other studies Paige Spirinak's golf swing. This is Man and Timmy.
Here's a little behind the scenes for you. So we finished that last segment, talk about the Olympics, how I can't afford to send my kid to college, all of that. Teddy pops in my headphones. Oh, man, you didn't talk about the twerking. Well, why didn't you butt in, Teddy, and tell me?
Well, you were going on about your story. You're all excited about going to the Winter Olympics.
I'm not excited.
So.
The girls are excited. I'm just there.
So
you could just interrupt and say, man, twerk.
Well, we can do it now.
All right, here's a twerk story. So I walk out of the studio last break, and we've got all our troublemakers over there. Nicole Sheeran from 10 TV, who you can hear Wednesdays right here on this dumb show. She's a troublemaker. She already spilled water all over the floor today like
Tried to blame it on Cole, too. Cole was a good boy. He was actually, I saw Cole dabbing it up with a bunch of paper towels.
And she did the thing that all losers do, which is, it's just water. All right, make a big mess. Carpet's all damp. We're going to get mold. That's fine.
Spilled all over your clothes, for that matter.
It's
just water.
So she's out there causing trouble. We got Zenobia over there who produces for Channel 10. She's out there causing trouble.
Yeah.
And they got this poor man, this staple of Columbus television and journalism, pride and respect. For how long has he been working for this company?
42 years.
40 years.
He's esteemed.
40 years working here. And these two troublemaking ladies got Dom Taberry to twerk his butt on the wall.
What are we doing?
And they filmed it.
What are we doing? And they didn't show it to us.
They
didn't
wouldn't
let us
show
see
it to us. But if they actually want to get some ratings on the TV, maybe they'll show that on the 11 o'clock news tonight.
At least we put that on the social channels.
And I go out there and I look at Dom, and it's like, sometimes, you pass somebody on the highway and they're going really slow. You look at them and they're just dead. There's just nothing behind the eyes.
Which is something you've actually done to Dom.
That's right.
You have a story from a few years ago.
I looked at Dom.
Where you seen him.
And I said, Dom, what are you doing? And he just looked at me with this defeated look.
They made me do it.
They made me do it. What are you going to do? Just run away, Dom.
Just say no.
These mean girls. They're humiliating you.
This is what happens with them. They get done with their work, and they don't have this outlet that you and I have.
To be fools on the radio?
To be fools and to be idiots. If we could mic them up. I was thinking about this earlier. So, have you seen what the Philadelphia Phillies have done for the last few years? It's actually a really good idea. They take a game, maybe they do this for a series, but they will go and broadcast. They'll send their guys. I forget who their lead guy is, but John Kruk.
John Kruk's the color analyst.
John Kruk is on the crew.
Yeah.
And he's just as great as you guys remember him from when he's in the batter's box with Randy Johnson at the All-Star game, just doing the twirly birds. They do the broadcast from the bleachers. They're like up in the right field porch or something like that. And the Philly fanatic is just effing with him for like 3 innings. He's trying to kiss him on the face. Kruk's just saying all sorts of things to him that are FCC umbrella that can get him out of the way. It was just hilarious. But I see what's happening out there all the time. We discussed this once. We need to have a microphone. We need to have a roving reporter where we can get out there
Why
when
don't we
things
have
are
one?
happening.
You're the assistant program director. Why don't you make it happen?
I'm going to look into this.
I sent...
I'm going to do it.
See,
this is a good idea.
The answer around here is always no, or we've never done it before. It doesn't mean we can't do it. I sent an email to the corporate people, and I said, hey, look, since T-Bone's gone now, and I don't have to worry about him complaining about how cold it is in this studio, between the hours of 3 and 6, can we get the temperature on a timer in here? We can lower the temperature because you like it cold. I like it cold.
I like to be in the 60s.
And the other individual shows, they can set whatever temperature they want, but you and I... we like to be cold in here.
We play a little ping pong, so we get a little sweat worked up. We'd like to stay active
that
in the
I
breaks.
get
Would
is
be cold.
Well, we don't have a Nest thermostat where we can do that.
What does that mean?
And I said, well, why don't we buy a Nest thermostat? Well, who's going to buy? I'll buy it. I don't care. But just because we haven't done it doesn't mean we can't do it. Just because we don't have a roving microphone doesn't mean we can't get one. So we can go out and, hey, Nay, I'm going to tweak on this wall now.
Now he's tweaking.
Tweaking, twerking.
Dom's tweaking and twerking at the same time. They were saying how they were making him listen to Pitbull, playing songs for him. They
torture that poor guy.
Woo, fireball.
And then Dom has the answer that you would think Dom would have. What is this gangster rap I'm listening to? Who is this, Biggie Pac?
That's the two.
Who is it?
That's the 2-pack.
2-pack?
That's the 2-pack.
I'm going to go home and drink a 2-pack. All right, Jim Harbaugh. Jim Harbaugh last fall had a bunch of different things, right? He's limping around. He's got the bad hip. He's got irregular heartbeats, arrhythmias, all of that. So he went to the Mayo Clinic, and he got his treatment in the offseason for the irregular heartbeats. It uses heat or cold energy to create tiny scars in the heart. The scars block faulty heart signals and restore a typical heartbeat. So I guess they implanted some device inside of him. He got a hip replacement surgery as well in the offseason. And he said this. He says, the doctors can't find anything wrong with me. A grade.
Oh.
And I said, first of all, I'm thinking, well, you're not talking to the psychiatrist.
Right.
They would find plenty wrong with you.
You must not be going to regular
raving loon.
Regular therapy might be something you want to look into, Jim.
I'm glad that your heart is working better and your hip is working better, but let's not get carried away that doctors can't find anything wrong with you. Of course they can.
Did you see what else he said? He said, my heart would have to stop while I'm out there for me to stop coaching.
I'm sure.
I hope it doesn't get to that for you, Jim.
And somehow for a lot of people that's thought of as some sort of, look at him. That's how you do it. That's building character. There's a guy who's devoted to his craft.
Oh man.
Is he? Or is he a fool?
He's both. He clearly is dedicated to that craft. You can tell if I give him nothing else, the man is sick for football. I will say, so sick that
He's sick, all right.
turns a blind eye to blatant cheating and tries to justify it or make up excuses.
I love you, Daddy. Please don't die. Sorry, Daddy's got to go. If I die on the field, I die on the field. Bye-bye.
Jim Harbaugh have young kids?
I think he does because he's got like 9 million children. He's one of those guys.
He takes them. He says that's another crazy thing he says, right? He just basically says, "I'll take in any kid." All the children of the world, all the children of the city, just come to Casa Harbaugh. We'll take you in.
Looking at Jim Harbaugh children, he has 7 kids.
Wow.
According to people.com, 7 kids. I'm looking at the ages here. Jay is 35. Okay. So Jay, 35. James, 28. Grace, 24. Addison, 17. Catherine, 15. Jack, 13. Wow. John, 8.
Oh, my God.
So, yes, he's got an 8. He's got an 8. He's got a 35-year-old and an 8-year-old.
35 and 8. That's a range. This is what he said recently. He said that he has told players, this was obviously when he was still at Michigan, that if they ever had an unplanned pregnancy and can't care for the child, that he and his wife will raise that baby.
Raise that baby. And then she came home.
Will you?
What did you sign me up for, you lunatic?
You can't just say stuff like that, can you?
Hey, the doctors can't find anything wrong with him, Timmy.
You can't just say things like that. I'll raise that baby? No, you won't. No, you won't.
Why is Tate Forcier dropping off a picnic basket on our porch in the middle of the night?
Filled with infants.
Why is that visual funny to me? Hey, abandoning children, that's hilarious. Come on, that visual's funny.
Goo goo gaga.
Stop it.
Goo goo gaga, Jim.
Was he even? I don't think he was even there with Tate Forcier, but it doesn't matter.
Of course he wasn't.
All present, future, past Michigan players.
God.
It belongs to them too.
Hey, did you see this miracle story? So horrible story to start the day where there was a plane crash and it was
in India.
It was headed for London and awful, right? Like the worst headline you're going to see to, pop open the internet. At least 200 people perished in this, but this is fascinating. We were talking about Bruce Willis movies the other day, and this instantly made me think of his character that he plays in the M. Night Shyamalan Unbreakable movie, which they've done a couple of them, where he's sort of like a real life superhero where there's an evil villain that's like causing these wrecks.
He doesn't know it.
He doesn't know this, but the thing of it is there's this massive train crash and one person survives. Like, how could that be? One person survives and is fine, totally fine. A British man walked away from this commercial airline crash.
He's the only one that survived,
explosion.
right?
He's the only one that we know of. The only one. And he was giving quotes, too.
I know. He was talking to the media. I wouldn't be able to wrap my head around that.
How could you?
If I were him. Obviously, I think
possible.
I read that he had a brother on the plane, too, and the brother...
He died.
Yeah. And you're the only one... Like, I would be racked with survivor's guilt. I'm sure if you just an arrogant ass, you'd just be like, yeah, that's right. Strong survive. Woo! But the majority of us, we know a couple people like that. No?
Yeah.
We know a couple people like that.
Yeah.
That's what you get. Take that plane.
Take that plane.
But the majority of us normal people would just struggle with that.
Guilt. Why me?
I wouldn't know what to do with it.
Vishwash Kumar Ramesh was in seat 11A. He's British, and his brother told the BBC that Vish has no idea how he survived.
This is the brother that wasn't on the plane. This is a different brother.
Well, he can't give a quote because he's dead.
Right. Not available for comment.
Yeah.
Thank you, Tim.
Another brother.
Back page coming up. Common Man and Timmy on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
Sponsored by Meister's Bar and Pizza in Grandview.
We've still got a 10-minute delay due to that disabled vehicle that's blocking the center lane on eastbound 70 on the west side between Mound Street and 315. And there's a couple minutes slowdown on northbound 270, East Outer Belt between Easton Way and 161. This report is sponsored by the Crohn's and Colitis Foundation. The Crohn's and Colitis Foundation has been at the forefront of inflammatory bowel disease research and care for over 50 years. Learn more about research, education, and support at Crohn'sColitisFoundation.org. I'm Nicole for 97.1 The Fan Traffic.
At QC Kinetics, we're all about keeping you in the game, helping you get lasting relief from joint pain. That's why we're excited to announce that QC Kinetics is now partnering with the National Pickleball League. So many of our satisfied patients are avid pickleball players, and they're thrilled with how we've helped them get back on the court. As lead sponsor of the National Pickleball League, we're committed to help pickleball fans of all ages with the latest, most advanced regenerative cell treatments. These treatments use your body's own healing power, revitalizing and restoring damaged joint tissue the natural way, with no drugs, no surgery, and no downtime. Whether you're a pickleball fanatic or enjoy golf or running or tennis, stay in the game with help from QC Kinetics. QC Kinetics, proud to promote active, pain-free living as a lead sponsor of the National Pickleball League. Call now for your free consultation.
Call QC Kinetics, 380-208-4544. That's 380-208-4544. 380-208-4544.
Hey, what's up? It's T-Bone letting you know that Getchy's Amish Country Furnishings in Dublin has everything you need for your backyard this summer. They've got a huge selection of poly outdoor furniture built to last, never needs refinished, perfect for the lazy among us. Want to get the kids outside? Getchy's Amish Country Furnishings has quality-built play sets that you can configure any way you like. Plus, Getchy's Amish Country Furnishings is your trusted source for Weaver Barns in Central Ohio. Getchy's Amish Country Furnishings in Dublin or online at AmishCountryFurnishings.com. And, of course, tell them T-Bone sent you.
Hey, it's Anthony. Comfort is king. We all strive for it, but life gets in the way. You know that. And oh, my aching feet is not just a cliche. That's why the Good Feet store, in my opinion, has the best arch support solutions engineered to help you and me live the life we love without pain. For more than 30 years, they've taken great pleasure in helping thousands discover the comfort they've been dreaming of. I'm a customer. I have their 3-step system put right into all my shoes. They support, balance, and strengthen my feet and really guide them right into their ideal position. Every step I take, every move I make, I get relief. Not from the song, although I love that, but from my personally fit arch supports from the Good Feet store. Your free fitting is designed to help them understand you, your pain, and your discomfort, your personalized system. You'll walk out wearing your new arch supports hassle-free and begin living the life you love without pain. The Good Feet Store on Stringtown Road in Grove City or Polaris Parkway. Learn more at goodfeet.com.
Career changers, including veterans and active duty service members. Your transition starts here. Go from GI to IT in a matter of months. Become a certified cyber warrior with training at My Computer Career. Cybersecurity specialists are in high demand, offering IT pros great opportunities and a rewarding lifestyle while protecting our people, liberty, and treasured institutions from cyber threats. Deploy your career in IT today. Learn more at mycomputercareer.edu/CWP. SkillBridge and other VA benefits are available to those who qualify.
What's the best way to make sure you don't miss any of your favorite fan shows? Oh no. Download the Fan app, silly.
Ah, damn it, I knew that.
App Store, Google Play, or just scream right at your phone. Psst, you can also listen to Buckeye games. Do it now.
Hollywood Casino Columbus is bringing the funny this summer. Tiffany Haddish takes the mic on Friday, July 18th with the Funny and Fearless Tour. Then Dion Cole Live hits the stage Friday, September 5th for a night of nonstop laughs. 2 comedy icons, 2 unforgettable nights. Get your friends, grab a drink, and get ready to laugh all night long. Big names, big laughs, only at Hollywood Casino Columbus. Tickets available at Ticketmaster. Visit HollywoodColumbus.com for more details. Must be 21. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-589-9966.
Stay hydrated. It's hot out there. So my teenage son just went out in sweatpants and a hoodie. It's 98 degrees. At least I know he'll be cool in our house, thanks to Atlas Butler. If something goes wrong, they'll fix it within 24 hours. They call it their comfort pledge. Get too hot?
My phone.
Oh, your phone. Should have known.
Atlas Butler is at your service. Call 1-800-FURNACE.
The Fan Guest Hotline is sponsored by Cosby Heating and Cooling and Bryant, doing whatever it takes to keep you and your home comfortable. The Fan.
Did anybody even miss the Pulse today? Do you think there was anybody out there listening and like, where's the Pulse? No, didn't do it.
I saw some commenters in the chat rejoicing when that segment was going off, how we weren't doing it. So I guess it's good. And look, the point of it is we don't have to have a fixed segment to recap. If there's something that is worth recapping, then we will. I wouldn't say we had that thing in today's show. We didn't do anything in that 5 o'clock block where it was like, hey, you missed us talking about this at 3:30. But I mean, some days we will.
Go back and listen to the podcast.
Yeah, listen to the whole show.
It's there for you. And if you missed me on T-Bone and Tyvis this morning, I was on for 2 segments, just chatting with my friends. Go subscribe to their podcast. It's available wherever you get your podcasts. Just search T-Bone and Tyvis. Click. Subscribe. And you know the rest. Golfy today.
Matt Kuchar update.
Cooch! U.S. Open. Oakmont.
No Cooch.
No, I'm not even talking about Cooch.
Invisible Cooch. No qualify.
No. Bush.
What?
Brush and Bush. Too big for Cooch at Oakmont. Swallow Cooch up.
Rough.
Swallow you up.
Mess you up, man. Thick rough.
What do we have on the leaderboard, Timmy?
All right, we got Warren Spahn, 4 under 66.
JJ Spahn.
Real name's JJ. Trevor Lawrence from South Africa. It's Tristan Lawrence.
Joey Lawrence.
Keeping score.
Whoa.
He shot a 3 under 67. And you've got Sung J M and Rasmus Peterson.
Oh, Rasmus. Good old Rasmus.
Good old Rasmus. Those are your guys at 3 under.
Do you know Rasmus?
I don't know too much about Rasmus.
That's saying something.
Sung J M is a hell of a player, South Korea. And Siwoo Kim, Siwoo shaking that ass. He's good too. He's 2 under par, so he's in the running.
Can we stop saying South Korea?
Korea.
I'm saying, like, no one from North Korea is playing in the U.S. Open.
They can't even build boats up there. We're supposed to be afraid of them. They build a boat. They build a super boat. It just tips over. And then the supreme leader's probably...
Who's responsible for this?
He's gunning down all their best people.
I don't...
What are they supposed to do?
I don't know. Please, God. God. No. Me.
I'm trying to see where Scheffler's at, because everybody wants to know about the odds-on favorite. He was having a little bit of struggles on the back nine. It's been tough for us to pay attention. Teddy, jump in any moment. Do you know where he is?
Scheffler. Where's
Plus
Phil Mickelson? I mean, Phil Mickelson's going to run. He's going to win this whole thing. That's what I'm told.
Phil's going to get the slam, right? Oh, he's 4 over. He shot a 4 over 74. Phil did. Tie for 69th.
What about Bryson? He won this thing last year.
Bryson, I know he was having some issues too. Where is he?
He was over par. I just didn't know how over par he was.
He shot a 3 over 73. Oh, did you see our good, clean boy, Maxwell Moldovan? He's from Uniontown. He played his golf right here at Ohio State. He won a lot of events as a collegiate player. He is qualified for this thing through Springfield Country Club 4 straight years. He's had to do it the hard way. Qualifying, no exemption. And he started his day with an eagle on number 1. Nice. I don't know how many yards out he was. Teddy, what do you think? He was 150, 160 out on number 1?
Yeah.
Put that thing in the cup. Hit it about 15 feet short, little ridge on the green. And the commentators, I don't know who was on the call because this was on the website. This was not on
Peacock.
This was on Peacock. This wasn't on the actual broadcast, but they were watching that thing track towards the cup. It was great because it wasn't one that just like hit the green 5 feet in front of the hole and then dunked right in, or he's like skipped it back, put some backspin on it.
Do we know?
He shot 76. So things got a little bloody for Max, but 6 over par has him maybe with a fighter's chance to make the cut tomorrow. He's tied for 104th. So you're going to have to do some work tomorrow.
Back page.
Sponsored by Care Heating and Cooling. When you need a company you can trust, call 1-800-COOLING.
Mike, how often do you think about the College World Series this time of year? College baseball, I know, is not a thing that's in the front of our wheelhouse. We need to see this Ohio State baseball program get better, get back to where they can actually compete and maybe make a run at this thing.
Make a run at this thing.
Do you know any of the teams that are in?
To their own Big Ten tournament.
Yeah,
they weren't even good enough to make the Big Ten tournament.
Oh, man. That is where things are. Yeah, so you can't make the College World Series unless
Tennessee
you can
in it?
even make the NCAA tournament. Tennessee got bounced. They are out. There's 8 teams that make it. You got bracket 1 and bracket 2. Play is going to start tomorrow. Game 1, 1 o'clock. Coastal Carolina, 53-11, their mark this year. The Chanticleers, they're going to take on Arizona. Oregon State is going to take on Louisville. Bracket 2 games that'll start on Saturday. UCLA is going to take on Murray State. Good for the Racers making it there. 44-15 this year.
Got to root for UCLA.
And then 2 other big programs.
Pride of the Big Ten.
That's right. You got 1 Big Ten that is in this. Arkansas and LSU at the bottom of bracket 2. So really your non-traditionals. And kind of what I love about college baseball is that you've got some programs like this that aren't powerhouse football or men's basketball mainstays. Even though you can say Coastal Carolina, they have certainly made some moves in college football. They got that teal-colored field now. That's one thing they're doing. They're right outside of Myrtle Beach. I know, shout out to the last guy that won at Oakmont when the U.S. Open was there. Dustin Johnson won. He is a Coastal Carolina alum, so it's always something I thought about. I always regretted living in Kansas for so many years that I never made it up there to catch a game or see what that was all about. But I've heard a lot of people say good things. The town in Omaha really takes that in as their own, as they should. That's their one big annual sports event.
Tomorrow is your favorite day of the year.
Yeah.
Favorite day of the year. We're going to chat with Timmy about it and a lot more stupidity and debauchery tomorrow. Please join us. 3 in the P. Common Man and Timmy on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
Sponsored by Meister's Bar and Pizza in Grandview.
We've got a 25-minute delay due to an accident that's blocking the left lane if you're on westbound 270 on the South Outer Belt between 71 and US 62. We also have a slowdown due to an accident that's on Sunbury Road at 5th Avenue. This report is sponsored by the Crohn's and Colitis Foundation. The Crohn's and Colitis Foundation has been at the forefront of inflammatory bowel disease research and care for over 50 years. Learn more about research, education, and support at Crohn'sColitisFoundation.org. I'm Nicole for 97.1 The Fan Traffic.
This is Jeff for Tri-State Men's Health, where our erectile dysfunction treatments are shown to be effective in nearly 90% of cases. Listen to what Alex has to say about our ED treatments.
I have been experiencing problems with ED, but that's all changed. My name's Alex, and I've been a patient for Tri-State Men's Health for under a year. I highly recommend this. Every day I wake up feeling good compared to I was back in the old days. It change is more exciting. You know, I don't have a problem with ED anymore. I'm having a lot more fun. I was very comfortable. I was always comfortable in any conversation I had with Tri-State Men's Health. Yeah, I just want to let gentlemen out there know that you do not have to live with ED, that it is not just an aging process. It is also hormonal and balance and everything in your system. And once you get that under control and everything, you do go back to your youth a lot in how you feel.
Thanks, Alex. It's true. If you're like most men, we'll help you get your sex life back. Call 800-900-9654 or go to tristatemenshealth.com.
Don't miss the Right Rug Flooring Outlet Super Sale. Save up to 80% on truckloads of floors and more, including tiles starting at 19 cents a square foot and a massive selection of laminate, luxury vinyl, and carpet, all drastically reduced. Cabinets and lighting fixtures, too. Save up to 80% during the Right Rug Flooring Outlet Super Sale on Pop Road in Whitehall. 24-month financing is available with approved credit. Hurry, the Outlet Super Sale ends June 22nd. Dealers welcome.
Breaking news, and this one is almost unbelievable.
Yeah, it's all about new customers at Bet365 because they get $150 in bonus bets when they bet $5, win or lose. And even better, bonus bets can be used on the spread, totals, and player props.
There you have it. Bet $5 to get $150 in bonus bets, win or lose. And see why it's never ordinary at Bet365. 21 plus only. Must be physically located in Ohio. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. T&Cs apply. Available in app only.
Hey there, friends. Bo Bishop here, and so are the summer savings at RCD RV. Don't miss RCD RV's summer kickoff sale running June 7th through the 21st. New RVs starting as low as $12,995. Now's the time to make a splash this summer. Hurry in. Those deals will not last long. Find unbeatable savings, unforgettable fun, and everything you need to hit the road at RCDRV.com. Visit our locations, Delaware, Heath, and Pataskala, or shop online anytime at RCDRV.com.
If the newest escape room in town is just you trying to escape from your busted garage door, we are Deluxe Door Systems. For 30 years, we've fixed crappy garage doors, straightforward, honest, and for less than you think. DeluxeDoorSystems.com.
Working your way through that honey-do list? That means more flushes, more showers, more fiddling with a thermostat. Trust the pros at the Waterworks with your plumbing and drain cleanings and repairs and all your heating and cooling needs. Our certified pros can repair or replace your furnace or air conditioner. Clogs? Call the Waterworks. Drain cleaning? Call the Waterworks. Plumbing issues? Call the Waterworks. Furnace repairs? Call the Waterworks. The Waterworks. Trusted neighborhood plumbing, drain, heating, and cooling experts.
Get Eco.
ECO.
Hey, Jerry, I think I invented something. Does it solve a problem? It solves a big problem.
Get Eco.
ECO.
Heating and cooling companies are telling people your furnace and AC isn't worth fixing. You need to replace it with a whole new system.
You invented a solution for that?
I invented a way to fix those systems for free.
Get Eco.
ECO.
That's a great invention. How does it work?
Step 1 is to pay Eco to fix it.
I thought you said you'd fix it for free.
Step 2 is that we give you back all the money that you paid us, up to $1,500 when you get Eco to replace it.
Get Eco.
ECO.
What if your repair keeps my system running for several more years?
That would mean you got all those extra years for free.
Paying Eco to fix your AC system is like putting money in the bank.
Get Eco.
ECO.
Get Eco.
ECO.
Get Eco.
ECO.
Eco plumbers, electricians, and HVAC technicians.
GetEco.com.
It's graduation season, a time to celebrate the end of an era and the beginning of a whole new story. At Diamonds Direct, we believe moments like these deserve to be remembered beautifully. Honor your graduate with a timeless gift, a birthstone ring, a classic pendant, diamond studs, or an heirloom piece they'll treasure forever. No pressure, all sparkle, and expert guidance every step of the way. Diamonds Direct, your love, our passion.
Boating season is finally here, and Buckeye Lake Marina is your go-to destination for all your on-the-water needs. With the largest inventory in Central Ohio, we've got a boat for everyone. So come on down and find your next dream boat at Buckeye Lake.